In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000. USA! USA! USA!
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey!
20.
Let's go!
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for it.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this What Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. This sports program begins now.
Football!
It is the greatest. We're so incredibly lucky that we get a chance to chat about it every single day, and obviously we're in a special time. The College Football Playoff National Championship is coming up on Monday. The Divisional round is happening this weekend, and football is obviously going to carry the water of topic of conversation around the world, not only because of these games, but because of the drama that's happening around it. Yesterday, huge news came as Mike Tomlin walked into the team meeting room that he had been the head coach of for 19 seasons and told the boys, hey, I'm stepping down as the head coach. What ensued was standing ovation, people thanking him throughout the entire building. I assume it wasn't just the players. It was probably the equipment staff, the trainers, the food folks, you name it, the business sense. Everybody in that building is going to show love to Coach Mike Tomlin for 19 years of successful football. Obviously brought a trophy into that building, a Lombardi. Obviously represented the Steelers in a way throughout the city in a beautiful way. And now the Pittsburgh Steelers and Rooney, who started a press conference about, I don't know if it started yet, but it's supposed to start around now. We were told distinctly, don't you even think about streaming this press conference.
Nope.
Oh. If they want to watch a press conference, they got to come to Steelers.com.
Okay.
Okay, now it wasn't us that was told that directly. It was every network, every content creator from the Pittsburgh Steelers. Don't do it. We don't want people to hear what he has to say unless they come to Steelers.com. So we'll certainly keep you updated on what Rooney has to say. Obviously, everybody knew he was never going to fire Mike Tomlin. That's not really his thing. Mike Tomlin was going to have to step down for this relationship to end. He certainly does that. Now we all assume that it's a lucrative, massive TV deal that is awaiting him, and he will be dominant on television. You talk about having a successful season, being 9-8, 9-8, 9-8, 9-8. He'll be 17-0 on the microphone whenever he goes to TV. Cannot wait for that if that's the case. And then if he was to coach somewhere else, the Steelers still have his rights because he stepped down. Sean Payton was traded for a first round and a second rounder from the New Orleans Saints to the Denver Broncos after he stepped down abruptly out of nowhere, did TV for a year, then wanted to get back into coaching. The Denver Broncos, who have the richest owner in sport from the Walmart family, they call the Saints. Saints say, you could definitely hire Sean Payton and pay him whatever you want. No big deal. Give us a number 1 pick and a number 2 overall pick. They did that for Sean Payton. So this has certainly happened in the past. Mike Tomlin could go to TV, could go do something, not love it, and then have to get traded out of Pittsburgh, and that would go for big bucks there. That would be a big trade for the Steelers. So who knows how it works out, but obviously it's huge news out of the NFL world. That's AQ Shipley, 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion, 9-year NFL vet. Darius J. Butler is here. Talks the table at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmitter here. AQ, you got drafted to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I saw your post on X where you were basically saying, like, Mike Tomlin changed my life. I love this man. Thank you. Backwards hat AQ, probably a little bit of hair, but still balding AQ at this particular time. Pittsburgh boy goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big day for you. What were your thoughts whenever you heard Tomlin step down?
Yeah, that moment was a dream come true. When I saw that Mike Tomlin stepped down, it's an unprecedented move, seeing two guys of the magnitude of John Harbaugh and Mike Tomlin all leaving the division in the same year. They've been there for so long, and Mike Tomlin is such a good coach. We've talked about it. Obviously, the results haven't been there the last 7 years, so this move was bound to happen at some point. But I think the big thing when you look at him, we talk about it all the time. Winning is so hard to come by in the NFL, and the fact that he never had a losing season is something to take credit for.
Absolutely, take credit for, and to celebrate in Pittsburgh, obviously, will now have to change their thoughts on what an expectation of a team is. When a new head coach comes in, are they going to give him some time? Is the new head coach going to get some time to build? Or is the Tomlin expectation going to be on this head coach immediately? Debo, what are your thoughts on how the Pittsburgh people will treat the next coach?
I think they'll definitely give him time. I think that's kind of been their MO. Now, they're not inheriting a great
I'm not saying the Steelers fans.
I think with fans will too, because you're not inheriting a situation where I personally don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back. So you're going to inherit a quarterback situation. And we all know if you don't have the quarterback figured out, you don't really have a chance to go and make realistic runs. But they are an organization in a city who expect championships. So that will continue to be the expectation, I assume, forever and ever and ever. So they'll give him some time to build his own team, regime, and obviously find the quarterback of the future.
Their culture, who knows what it'll be. Pittsburgh Steelers football, I assume they're going to hire somebody that understands that it's a physical brand of football. That is what Pittsburgh is expecting. And AFC North football, that should be what you should be trying to build to keep up and win your division. Let's head to Hammer, Dahn, Tone, 24 hours removed from Mike Tomlin stepping down as the Pittsburgh Steelers head coach. You obviously represent a lot of Pittsburgh Steelers fans on this particular program whenever you speak into a microphone. Your thoughts as we sit here today, one day removed from the Mike Tomlin era ending?
Yeah, so yesterday when it happened, it was kind of shocking. Wasn't really sure how to feel. There was a bit of like, oh my God, what are they going to do? Then there was some excitement about the future. And then there was a period last night when you see videos like the whole internet, at least my whole internet, was all Mike Tomlin. It was players saying thank you. It was pictures like AQs being put up. And for a brief amount of time, I was, it was a bit of like sad. Like we had a lot of good times with Coach Tomlin in Pittsburgh. and then you don't know what's going to be the future, and then you wake up this morning and you start dreaming about what the future can be and who the coaches can be and stuff like that. So now it's excitement. And to your point about will the fans expect greatness immediately, I've seen a lot of fans on Twitter, at least Steeler fans, saying like, hey, if we're terrible year one, that's not going to be the worst thing in the world, because this quarterback draft class isn't great this year, because if you're not number one, you're not getting Mendoza. And then the quarterback draft class next year, we got Arch and players like that. So I do think they're going to get at least a year to be whatever they are going to be next year. There's no quarterback there right now, as far as we know. So I think they're going to be lenient year one. But as of right now, where we all stand, I believe Steelers fans are excited.
Okay, I think there should be an excitement level for both parties here. I almost immediately congratulated Tomlin for stepping down. Okay, and I know it's a super emotional thing and everything like that, but his life now versus what it has been for the last 5 years, I mean, just winning season after winning season after winning season after winning season. What's the roster look like? Should we be able to win a Super Bowl? This year, probably not. Winning season, we're still going to make it in the playoffs, And in Pittsburgh, after so many years of that, you get desensitized to success being a good thing. At that point, you won a championship. So, his life as a winning coach over the last 5 years was not like any other winning coach's life anywhere else. And Pittsburgh people are loud. He was getting his ass chanted to be fired. Okay? Yeah. Just hosted another playoff game. Now, they got killed. Won the AFC North and then got killed. So let's not act like that wasn't the case. But just a few weeks before that, fire Tomlin from Pittsburgh on national television in primetime. It's like, I think this is a good thing for Tomlin. I think his resume is set. This guy will be a Hall of Famer. All these types of things, no matter what he chooses to do. Now he gets a chance to kind of reestablish himself, whether it is at a new coaching place, even though Schefter is getting...
It's not happening. Not next year.
He got real mad.
Yeah, don't ask him.
Swagoo was kind of saying okay, maybe some team wants to try to get him. What do they have to do? Schefter's like, he's not.
Shut up.
He's not coaching next year. So I go, okay, but
hypothetically,
what if somebody offers $25-30 million a year for him?
He's not.
I just heard the Giants understand that if
he's not coaching next year.
That's kind of how Schefter had been acting. Okay, and Schefter knows more than we do.
Certainly.
So we assume Schefter has heard directly from Tomlin's team, he already got a TV job set up. This is what he's going to do. He's signed in. He's locked in. Maybe it's with ESPN. I mean, maybe Schefter knows that it's with ESPN.
So.
We all assume it's with Fox because of his relationship with Glazer and how Glazer was the first one to basically be
TV, baby.
There's a chance. This guy's going to get on Mike's front. He's good. Yeah, there was a lot of that early from Glazer. And as soon as we heard that from Glazer, we were like... That's straight from the horse's mouth right there. That
Jimmy
feels
Johnson been gone.
Yeah, need a coach on there. That show,
What?
I mean, little new, fresh would be great.
Yeah, I can use that.
Coach Tomlin would be great on there.
Less depends.
Yeah, well, they've done great for ball.
No doubt.
A long time. And we've obviously grown up with that show being on Sunday.
Oh, yeah.
Gronk, I think, has done a great job representing a younger generation, everything like that. I love Gronk out there. But, I think Coach Tomlin getting there would be great if he does go and do that. If he comes to ESPN and does something at ESPN,
that'd be awesome.
That's great for whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
They put him on Monday Night Countdown. They put him on Sunday Countdown, whatever the hell they want to do. That's great. If Netflix is hey, we're actually just going to have you talk about all sports, that'd still be great. Whatever he does.
Football Night in America. Oh. They need some star power.
I didn't even think about that.
Jason Garrett might be getting hired to cycle too.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah, sure.
Jason Garrett needs to keep his ass on TV for the good of ball. This is just like what I'm saying with Tomlin. For the good of ball, him getting on a national stage representing football will be very good. So we are very, very pumped up about that and excited for the Steelers in the future. Here's a list of all the NFL head coaching vacancies where we sit as of right now. No in-person interviews are allowed until January 19th, I do believe is the date that they made. Remember, this all used to be chaos. Coaches would be getting ready for the biggest game of the year, and then all of a sudden they got a 4-hour Zoom call with somebody else. They're prepping for a Zoom, not prepping for a game. So they changed the calendar a little bit on how you're supposed to hire. I think they could still do it a little bit better, but I like the fact that they delayed it at least to eliminate the distractions for these playoffs team. Steelers up, Ravens up, Browns up. That's 3 out of the AFC North. Just a few weeks back, BA had a BS or no BS, and the BS statement was all 4 coaches in the AFC North are about to get fired. And he said, that's no BS, baby. It feels like they're on the track to get out of there. Now Zach Taylor stays because he has another year of contract. Classic Bengals.
Yeah.
They should have been eliminated from the conversation. once Zach Taylor's contract is up and the Bengals don't have to pay two people at one particular role, he will also be gone. Is that BS or no BS? And BA would have said,
That's no BS.
that's no BS, baby. That's what he would have said. It is crazy, the whole new facelift of the AFC North, but especially because Harbaugh and Tomlin, not only like faces of the NFL, but that AFC North is like old school tradition football.
Oh, yeah.
And now we got 3 brand new coaches coming in there trying to build a whole new culture out
3
there.
brand new coaches, and then Zach Taylor being the only holdover. That's like crazy because he is. When you think of the Bengals and that team, it's kind of the opposite of what you think about with the AFC North. They're built on offense, they're built with the quarterback and their weapons on the outside, and they kind of stunk it up on defense as far as building that defense. Hopefully they turn it around, but this is an exciting new chapter for the Steelers and the Ravens, and obviously the Browns too, but the Browns have been the Browns for a long time. Obviously the Steelers and the Ravens are in a completely different conversation when you talk about compete for championships year in and year out. So to your point, when Tomlin stepped away and Harbaugh fired, for us who've been in the business, you don't necessarily feel bad for guys because we've seen our friends, be fired, whether they played for a year or 10 days or 10 years. You see them come in and be gone the next day. It's kind of a part of the business. And as a coach, to be in one place for 19 years and in a place like Pittsburgh at that, I mean, he kind of lived the dream of an NFL head coach, to be there to win a Super Bowl and to have, pretty much every player that played for you speak in the regard that they speak for Mike Tomlin. It was a great run, but I'm also excited for what's the future for Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm excited for the future as well. And I think you laid that out perfectly on how we ex-players and ex-coaches feel about the NFL. I mean, AQ. AQ was in my locker right next to me. Mm-hmm. Right next to me, this guy. Great to have him. Good to see you. Have lunch, come back. This guy's gone. When am I going to see you? Maybe in the offseason. Maybe never again. There's people that I've been friends with, special teams, obviously, bottom half of the roster. A lot of turnover there. There's guys that I was eating lunch with every single day for 3.5, 4 months, and then all of a sudden sent somewhere else or cut because we need another offensive lineman, like nothing this person did. And then I still have yet to see some of those people.
Legit.
To this day. I miss you guys. I hope you're doing well. Hopefully we run into each other and get a chance to discuss. But that's the business.
Yeah.
Like that is literally what the NFL is. You would know more than anybody. How many transactions did you have?
I mean, upwards of close to 20 at some point. I think I played for 6 different teams, been cut numerous times, traded. I've kind of had the whole gamut of transactions. And to your point, I remember my rookie year, we get done with training camp, and this is my first kind of taste of the NFL.
Remington Award winner.
Mm-hmm. And I'm sitting there, and they bring us in the day after the last preseason game. And they say, okay, everybody's going to have a workout. So everybody go outside and run with the special team or the strength and conditioning staff. And so we're out there. And I run a sprint. And the guy next to me was a D lineman from some small school in North Carolina. When we came back, they grabbed him. He's gone. And I'm like, where'd he go? Never again.
Sprint 2.
Guy
to my left.
Guy to my
linebacker.
Left. He's gone. Then they
Hey, you're good. Good job. Way to go.
Yeah.
Head inside. Take your playbook. Thank you.
And classic, right? Hey, grab your playbook. They want to see you upstairs. It's like, okay, all right. I've heard that one too many times throughout my career.
I mean, honestly, like 10, 15 times.
They're doing those sprints to check you off. Okay, medically cleared.
Yep.
He can perform.
That's
He's
right.
good. Boom, come here.
We don't need a medical settlement here.
Nope.
We don't need to pay any money. We don't need to agree to anything.
Yep.
He was running. We saw him.
Got it on tape.
We have tape of him running,
Yep.
and he is now gone. It's such an interesting business move
yeah.
there. Didn't even think about the layers to that. So the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to have to find a brand new entire culture in UPMC practice facility. And then for the Baltimore Ravens, with Harbaugh, he's been around there a long time, 18 years. Mm-hmm. It's like almost Harbaugh's team, but it's not Harbaugh's team.
No, it's not.
There's an owner over there, a Paisan, that we need to see on a microphone more. Had a press conference yesterday, first one in how long?
7 years.
Same GMs, same head coach. Owner says, you don't even know who I am.
Mm-mm.
We sent in a request to interview owner of Baltimore Ravens, Steve Bisciotti. We got a text immediately sent back that says he's never going to say, we'll definitely ask him. He's never going to say yes to this. He told me when I was hired to be the PR person here that he wants to be the least known owner in all of sports. Well, we're hoping to change that after watching one press conference in 7 years. This is what he had to say yesterday.
when it's all said and done, how much of a say will Lamar have in the head coach selection?
A lot of say, but he has no power.
Okay.
I have the power. They have opinions, and I want them all. I care about my players very much, but I can't give them power.
Loves them.
Yeah.
He's better than everybody.
If Tyler Loop makes that field goal, is John Harbaugh still here coaching this team?
For a week.
Owners on the mic, he's better than everybody. This guy's unbelievable.
At Pittsburgh.
He did? Is it official?
That's what I keep hearing. So, is he a candidate here?
Holy shit, Mike, wouldn't that be awesome? Only if John takes the Pittsburgh job. Wow, wouldn't that be interesting? I don't know, that thing last week maybe disqualified him for my opening after our kicker missed a kick to let them advance.
Owners on the mic, he's better than everybody. We need more of this. Okay, here you go.
When Tony Dungy said this is a bad decision and good luck finding someone better than John, I literally wanted to call Tony and say, you remember John 18 years ago? How can you take our success and use it against me while we're out trying to find the next John Harbaugh? That's impossible. So,
Owners on the mic, he's better than everybody. This guy's unbelievable. The best.
Well, I'm not passing it down to the family.
Okay.
I made that decision 25 years ago. I don't think that's healthy for my family. I've seen families feud and ruin over these damn teams, and I was determined not to do it. But when I watch guys like Art Blank and Steve Ross and Jerry Jones, and Jerry talking about what part of his anatomy he would give up for a Super Bowl at 83 years old, I don't want to be there.
Owners on the mic, he's better than everybody. Thank you, Steve, for doing that. First press conference in 7 years, that guy. I'll tell you what, if I'm a head coach, I want to head over to Baltimore to coach for that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And you got Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
And you got all the weapons on offense. And you got a fan base in a stadium that's ready to explode for every single game. We need Bisciotti on a mic more. That was unbelievable. Did have a little hint of, is that Jim Irsay up there speaking?
Yeah.
And I appreciate the fact that he had to do a presser, I assume. I think he felt like it. He said a lot of things in there. I'm not passing it down to the family. Okay, I made that decision 25 years ago. I saw these psychos trying to kill each other for this team, and I'm like, it's a football team. We're not really doing that. So my kids have known their entire life, you ain't getting it. If you want it, you need to do something else. Him talking about his players, they have say. They don't have power, though.
No, I don't.
Like, I want opinions, certainly.
All of them.
But I'm the one.
I have all the power.
And then Tony Dungy says, well, good luck finding it. I already did. I'm the one that found John Harbaugh. Everything he said was perfect. Do you know him? You played for the Ravens, obviously. Is he around? Like, what? This Bisciotti character, I'm telling you, maybe he doesn't want anybody to know anything about him. What we were trying to say to Baltimore is we need to learn more about this guy. He is awesome. Yesterday was incredible, the way he addressed everything, told the truth, and also a lot of jokes in there, a lot of levity in that thing.
No, he's incredible. And when he shows up at practice, he's just one of the guys. And like I said, he comes 3 times a year. He's not around very much. And that's the way I think owners should be. When they start sticking their nose, listen, he was not a football guy. He owned a company. And he understands about leadership and all of the things it takes to run a good company. And then he lets the coaches do their thing. And I think that's what a good owner does. That's what he does best. He shows up 3 times a year, goes up, hey, How we doing? Do we need anything? Can I get you something? You need more in the locker room? You need more in the training room? What can I do? And then he's out, and I'll see you again in 6 months.
Especially when you look at his personality, because he's clearly one of those guys where, like, if he was around every day and we were constantly hearing sound bites from him, like, you could see it. Like, he's not a wet paper bag. He's not one of these guys who was, I was a great businessman, and I'll just, like, he could very easily with kind of, because we'd see clips from him just as much as Jerry Jones, you would think, based on that. So the fact that he does have that type of personality and he's willing to kind of just be like, you know what? No, I own the team, but the GM and the head coach, they're going to be the ones that run everything. Like, you're right. You would assume that anyone on the market right now would be like, man, I would love to coach for that guy.
I think I like Baltimore a lot more today than I did yesterday.
Yeah.
After that press conference. So, hey, businessman, you want your brand to go up a little bit? Bisciotti mic'd up every game. I need Jerry Jones post-game press conferences. I need all the microphones in there. I need everything coming out of Bisciotti's brain for the rest of the people. Imagine him watching a game live. Oh, just so many. Of course, he's fucking. Think about Tyler Loop's kick missing, and then Tomlin doing this into the camera and Bisciotti, because that was his first memory. I think I'm good with the Tomlin experience. After our kicker missed to let them kind of do their thing. And then if Tyler Loop makes that kick, is Harbaugh still the coach? Did you see what Houston just did to Pittsburgh? They're probably doing that to us. Same exact decision. It was like he was so transparent in there and hilarious. I love that man.
Yeah, he's got the most panache I've seen out of an owner in a long time. Even Jerry Jones doesn't have the juice like that. If you are a coach, you guys have mentioned it, definitely want to go there. But even if they hire someone that you don't know, after watching that, you feel good about whoever they hire. Like, they were already the best shot because they had Lamar. They have good pieces on defense. They have good players on offense. They got the quarterback. But now, no matter who they get, I would feel great as a Baltimore Ravens fan. Like, I don't think there could have been a better press conference from an owner to kind of reestablish and kind of reaffirm, like, hey, don't worry, I'm going to get this right. I already got Harbaugh right, which was a great point, too. Like, because the first thought is, like, why are they kind of firing Harbaugh? Like, is it a Pittsburgh thing where kind of sick of being done? Because they just went to the AFC Championship. They've had playoff success. It's not like they've been bad for multiple years and haven't won at all. But now with him coming out and saying all that, it's like, oh, yeah, they are going to hire the next John Harbaugh. And it might be someone no one's ever heard of, even more so off the cuff than a Steelhouse.
And he actually said that, like a quote. It was before the press conference came out, but he basically said, like, no one knew John Harbaugh really in NFL circles. I mean, obviously he comes from the family and everything, but I got killed when I hired him. He was like, I think you as an owner, like, you need to be willing to go find someone that no one else is looking at or no one else wants. Otherwise, you're just going to do what the masses are doing.
He also said that he would not be scared to hire somebody that it didn't work out somewhere else.
Yes.
He also mentioned that. He said, just because it didn't work out in another building doesn't make me believe that it won't work out here. He said that in there as well. So he's keeping it completely open. Cliff Kingsbury was in there interviewing for the job. I assume there's going to be a lot of people in there interviewing for the job. Flores, B-Flow, obviously go defense over there in the AFC North. Pittsburgh Steelers fans are hoping to God for Chris Shula out of the Los Angeles Rams. That's what they're saying. Joining us now is a man who might have a couple more opinions about it all. He is the NFL and quarterback guru for ESPN. Friend of the program, ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky.
Lunchtime
never stops. What are you eating today, buddy?
I don't know. I don't know when you're going to come to me. I'm sitting here watching. Sorry.
Yeah, it's all good. What are you eating? Anything good? Oh, Dahn's pretzels. Very, very good.
They're off the charts.
These pretzels are making me thirsty. So good luck out there with those. I'm thankful that you joined us. Super cool polo that you have on today. You always look awesome. Let's talk about what we were just talking about there. Did you know Bisciotti was awesome? And if you're ranking these jobs, can we put the NFL head coaching vacancies? If you're ranking these jobs, which ones do you have at the top of the list if you were a candidate that could potentially go wherever you wanted to go?
Yeah, Bisciotti's great. Every time we hear him talk, he's awesome. I also have one of my childhood best friends works down for the Ravens. He's been there for 15 years, and he's like, yo, we have the coolest owner in the town or in the league. So
I think so, actually.
I've heard nothing but just awesome things about him. I would tell you, just surface level, I think the best available job when it comes to the ability to win now is Atlanta. I've believe that this football team has got crazy amounts of talent. They've got an offensive line that's one of the 10 best offensive lines in football, really good receivers, really good tight end, one of the best players in football, a defense that's loaded with young athletic players. I understand that they don't have a quarterback right now because of the Michael Penix injury and the question mark attached to Kirk. I believe Kirk is going to get cut and then maybe re-sign type of thing. But I think if Kirk Cousins played this year in Atlanta, they would have 10, if not 11 wins. I think if he plays next year in Atlanta, they're a 10-11 win team. But I just look at Atlanta with the addition of Matt Ryan in a division that's got some, long-term question marks. And if you can find a quarterback, I understand easier said than done, but if you can find good quarterback play in Atlanta with the young talent that they have, man, you can get good real fast.
I love that thought. I love that take. They hired Matt Ryan as the president of football. He's saying, hey, I'm hiring the general manager, I'm hiring the coach, and then it's their job to figure it out. They have a president and a CEO of the business. They bring in Matt Ryan to be the president of football. I hope that he's able to get it right down there because I like ex-players getting involved in the business of sport. Let's continue to talk business of sport. Offense coordinator for the Philadelphia Eagles, who no Eagles fan has liked since day one, Patullo, officially fired, relieved of his duties over there in Philadelphia. Jalen Hurts now is going to have a brand new offense coordinator. I believe the quote that I saw from one of the tweets that was out there about it is like, this dude has obviously had a new voice in his helmet every single year since like junior year of college. Yeah. Like this has just been a new. Now, if you have success and you're good, that's going to happen, I guess, in this modern world that we're in. Offense coordinators getting plucked up all the time to go different places. What are your thoughts on the entire situation? Was it a Patullo blame that should have been for the entire year of this offense? And then Hembo sent some stats about RPO yards with Jalen Hurts with the Philadelphia Eagles from like 2020. Yeah, 2022 was Steichen, 1,498 yards. He was doing that with Danny Dimes this year. It was awesome to watch. 2023, 827 with Johnson. Kelly Moe had 1,733 yards. They won the Super Bowl that year. And then Patullo, 620. Is that all on Patullo? Is that on players? Like, what is kind of your thoughts on where the Philadelphia Eagles sit and where Patullo was a part of the problem or not?
And there's no question the starting point problem was Kevin Patullo. And simply put, this offense was everything that you don't want to or can't be in the NFL. They were unbelievably predictable. They were crazy simple. They didn't make adjustments. In fact, they did on a consistent basis the opposite. Teams adjusted versus the things that they would do in, the first couple of drives of the game, and they never had the counterpunch ready. I think the other thing and the most glaring thing is everybody on this offense outside of Dallas Goedert got worse this year. A.J. Brown got worse. The offensive line got worse. Saquon Barkley got worse. Jalen Hurts got worse. Significantly worse, many guys. And so Dallas Goedert led the team in touchdowns. And so he improved his play, but to watch the lack of development for each individual player coming off of last year, that has to fall on Kevin Patullo. I think the other elements that are attached to this, because obviously there's butterfly effect here, is if you just go by whether your eye tells you this from a football perspective or not, is one, the offensive line was probably from a pass protection standpoint, the worst offensive line they've had in a decade. So that's a huge concern. How and why did that happen in Philadelphia? And what I don't like that's happened in Philly, and we saw it a little bit a week after Harbaugh got released, or the conversation with Harbaugh getting let go in Baltimore, was like the smear campaigns on the quarterbacks. Okay, like, oh, now Lamar's got issues with this person or that person. Lamar doesn't go to meetings. He doesn't prepare the way we want all of a sudden. And so that came out. And then since this ending of the season for Philadelphia, and the Patullo news, it's a lot of like, oh, Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts and Jalen Hurts. I've had people message me saying, well, it's Jalen and Jalen. Here's my pushback to those people, and I want to be respectful, okay?
Please.
Jalen is not ever going to be. He's never going to be a top 5 or 7 passing quarterback. Damn. He's just not built that way. But to sit here and tell me that you can only run this very specific version of an offense, and because of the quarterback, that's all you can do. Yet he's gone to the playoffs, like I think 4 to 5 seasons, maybe 5 seasons in a row. They've gone to 2 Super Bowls. They've been to NFC Championship games. He's been the best player in 2 Super Bowls. Like, there's no way that you can convince me that the quarterback limits your offense so much that you're so inept for a stretch of a season, yet that same quarterback went and did what he did in those biggest games. So, like,
that's
I don't
pawning blame, Dano. That's pawning blame.
Yeah, and and I'm not sitting here telling people that Jalen's going to be this remarkable passing quarterback. He's not going to be the guy that eats in the middle of the field on a consistent basis. No. But I do think it's outrageous that we can all take a step back, look at the body of work, and go, even though he's done all that or been a part of all that, this offense stinks because of him. And it's because he stinks. Like, I just think that's such a lazy way to think about it.
It just happened last year with Caleb, right?
Yeah.
Caleb, this guy doesn't have a clue. Can't even read a playbook. This guy's got no idea. So we couldn't put any plays that were good because he stinks. And then Ben Johnson's like, good, better, best. Never let it rest. So good, better. And better is best. It's like, it's coaches that are not good, I think, personally. If this is what is happening right now in Philadelphia, pawning blame on others. This is like whenever general managers and coaches don't get along, and the coaches say, I don't get any good players from this guy. And the GM says, these coaches can't develop anybody. It's always just covering an ass situation, but the greats don't cover their ass. The greats kick ass. Okay, kind of a bar right there. And I think that is kind of the difference in the separator of it all. And if Jalen Hurts gets an offensive coordinator back in there that wants to utilize what he is good at, as opposed to what the offensive coordinator thinks he should be good at, that's when magic happens. Now, on that note, let's talk some coordinators. Go ahead, D-Butt.
Yeah, absolutely. I know your name is hot right now on the OC trail, and there are some great offensive coordinator positions available. What's the best OC spot available right now with these quarterbacks and these skill positions out there, in your opinion?
The best available job as a play caller would be the Los Angeles Chargers. The Chargers, they had one of the best offensive lines in football this year before the injury. So if you look at the Chargers, one, just the investments that the building and the general manager and coach have made into the football team in specific protection of the quarterback. And yes, injuries. Okay. So you've got from a philosophical standpoint, we want the quarterback to be protected. The second element is their perimeter players are good players. Keenan Allen still is one of the best third down receivers in football. I like Ladd McConkey as a slot guy and an outside guy. I think Quentin Johnson took steps forward. The young man that they took out of Ole Miss in the second round this year, Trey Harris, he started to make some plays. You got a good back in Omarion Hampton. So I think what's needed next in LA, if you just had to ask me, like, okay, what's going to be the most important, at least, like, what's the philosophy for the Chargers? You want to take an offense that's a little bit that what Joe Brady does in Buffalo is, okay, let's get a little bit simplistic in our run approach. We don't always have to overthink things. We want our offensive line to be able to dominate. Let's allow our back to lean on defensive backs. So let's get our back to the second level in our run game. We can build some stuff off of that. Understand the importance of yard after the catch. And in today's NFL, but you know this. If you're an offense that doesn't utilize yards after the catch, and I don't care how you get there. I don't care how you get there. But if you don't utilize space and yards after the catch, you're handcuffing yourself a little bit. And so that's something that the Chargers did not do a good job of. It's something that the Buffalo Bills and Joe Brady do a great job of. So that stuff. And then also, like, there was too much for the Chargers with Greg, and Greg Roman's a great run game stuff, but the run game stuff never caught up to and married what the pass game needed to be from a concept style. Like, you've got to have real NFL concepts that on a week-to-week basis attack the coverages that you're going to see. And coverages, and D-Butt, you know this. I could see cover 2 1 week, which is your traditional cover 2, which flat corners, deep half safety, and you're hooking deep middle player. And then I could see the cover 2 next week, and it's your traditional Tampa 2. And then I could see cover 2 next week, and it's cover 2 where they're going to carry guys rather than play with vision. And then I could see cover 2 where there's a palms where guys are reading if they're going to the flat or not. So, like, you got to have different concepts to attack just those versions of cover 2, not just we like this play versus cover 2 last week, so let's run it again next week. And so I just went on a tangent there, but like, more.
Yeah, it was an OC interview.
Yeah,
Love
pretty
it.
Good.
Yeah.
It sounded
Look
like
like a coach.
You sound like you were laying out kind of your philosophy if you were to be an offensive coordinator. Evan Foxy of the Detroit Lions would like to speak.
Orlovsky, what the hell? I know you saw me stick my neck out for you and for the Lions OC job, and then you look at this list right here, and you look at all these teams. I mean, we have Goff, Gibbs, St. Brown, J-Mo, Monty, Laporta. The O-line is going to get better. You know MCDC's going to do this. And you have the audacity to say that the Chargers with Justin Herbert, who I don't believe has even won a playoff game, is the best position. And you know what? Lions fans are going to be really mad at me for doing this right here. I don't want you as our OC anymore.
Whoa!
You're off the list, Dan.
Whoa!
You know what,
Invite
Foxy?
unsent.
Jeez. Yeah, Foxy, couple of things. One, your beard looks great. Okay, your beard looks great.
Classic
Two,
coaching here, by the way.
Yeah. Two, I didn't want to connect the dots too much, make it too obvious, right? So I just didn't want everyone to see like, Foxy one day, then Orlovsky the next day. So I also love everything about Detroit. Detroit's loaded. I want the interior of the offensive line to be better, but yeah, great place.
Okay, you don't think MCDC would do that, man?
Right.
Like, what are you talking about? They try to get Ragnow literally out of the casket.
Yeah.
They try to get Ragnow out of the casket. They picked his body up, rolled it out. It was a coffin drop, actually. It goes through the bottom.
Oh, man.
They roll his ass out there, and then he's back. Everybody says, come on, man, just tell him he's back. Walks into the training room. They go, your whole body's broken.
You got two broken legs.
Can't play.
Just like we said, what was that, a month ago you tried to roll your ass in here? You're dead, dude. This can't happen. You're out of here. Thought we'd get you that time, man.
Mm-hmm.
We need you. We need you, brother. So we know he's going to fix that. Obviously, you going back there, former teammate of MCDC's, with everything you just did, is palms covered too? Is there a converted cover too? Is there a this cover too?
I've been with Jared Goff before. I was with Jared his first month with Sean McVay, and then they fired me. But
yeah, but you've been there.
Oh, man.
You saw little baby Golf. Mm-hmm. Then he turned into Goof.
Yep.
They were trying to run him out of town.
Right.
And then he's reborn, which I think you're a big fan of. A rebirth happens
Gooflowski.
right up there in Detroit.
Yeah.
That'd be cool, Dano, if you were calling plays. Imagine you and MCDC standing next to each other. He just look at you. Don't have all the answers when you're on TV, huh, man? Idiot. Must be nice on Monday on Get Up to be able to say it.
And it'd be awesome for us to call Dan. Dan, why'd you run an RPO with Goff? Dan, what were you thinking on this fourth down? That's what I would love.
Nah, they probably ban our phone call up there, that building. You know how that whole thing goes there. But it would be cool to see you up there. And if you were to go from 0-16 to a Super Bowl title,
build a statue
right now. Dano with MCDC, pat him right there on the head.
next to that big sign that says Detroit, like Hollywood.
Oh, yeah, on the highway.
On the highway.
Good sign.
That thing's much smaller in real life than it looks on the internet, but I do like that they did it.
Yeah.
You know, I do like that they did it. Anything else? Any final closing arguments here on why you would either want to do it or not want to do it in Detroit?
Oh, I would do it very much so in Detroit. I love that place. I love that organization. I love a lot of those people that are there. I love Jared. I'm a huge Jared guy. So
kind of got fat.
I don't think that's actually me.
That's like you and MCDC's child.
No, well, once you get in that building, he's going to force you to work out.
Yeah.
Oh, true.
And you're going to get jacked again. You know, you're going to do the whole thing. And you're
a lot of creatine.
Is that medium? That polo you're currently wearing now?
Yeah. So most like just single. Let's call it a polo or T-shirt. More often than not, I'm in a medium nowadays, which I'm not stoked about.
I don't know if MCDC's hiring a medium wearer.
Well,
no, Johnny Moe.
He just had Mike McDaniel, and he's a small guy.
That's what I'm saying, though. But that's like comic book stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Johnny Moe was a medium, though. His shirt just came up above his gut.
And where's he at now?
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I wear a large hoodie. Hoodies are a large.
In Detroit, it's always
but
poopy.
The thing about being small, like you are, or like
I don't think I'm small.
Sorry,
I don't think
frail.
I'm small.
Sorry, the thing about being frail, like you are,
dude, frail.
You're not small either, like because McDaniel is small and frail, so he could be MCDC's backpack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
which I think MCDC does think about whenever he's hiring somebody.
The OC Bjorn.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe this way, or even that way if he wants to lead the team.
The baby Bjorn.
There's a chance the McDaniel Bjorn is possible with MCDC size.
I have worn my wife and a baby Bjorn for a whole night for a Halloween costume. The whole night.
So you guys were spidering it the whole night? She was facing...
She was in the baby Bjorn like a baby. Yeah, so she was outward,
whole night.
Jeez.
Whole
night. Stafford's Halloween party, probably.
Your back hurt.
So you're walking like this the whole time, or what do you have going on? Like this, or is her feet down?
Yep.
Yeah,
no,
is there
her
a
feet
hole
were
in
not
it?
down. No, she was in a legit baby Bjorn the whole night at Stafford's Halloween party, probably 2014 or 15. Because it was Zach Galifianakis from Hangover. The moment with the
Galifianakis.
Galifianakis.
One of the greatest stand-up I've ever seen is Purple
Onion.
Yeah, live from Purple Onion. Galifianakis. This guy's going to crush it, man.
And he did.
And he did. Yeah, he certainly did. Galifianakis, his cousin.
Yeah,
But you start thinking about your wife and the baby Bjorn, you start scratching yourself down there. I mean, geez, Louise, take it easy over there. Shout out to the Orlovskys, killed it. Good find here,
I look
Chris.
like Foxy.
Well, are you trying to go to Detroit or not? Galifianakis' cousin, though, Blue here in Indianapolis.
Yeah, Mitt or Talk,
I
I'd
see
say.
Mitt.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Pop it back up.
They're talking about seeing Mitt. I'm talking about Galifianakis' cousin. But, yeah, we see talking Mitt in you more so than Foxy. Saying you look like Foxy is a massive compliment to yourself because of how handsome Foxy is all the
He's
time.
a good-looking dude.
But you also, good-looking dude, especially at this stage of life with how frail you are. Now, let's move along. Maybe you are the our Detroit Lions offensive coordinator. We'd be pumped to see it. Especially, oh, my God, D'Amico Ryans and that Houston Texans defense just doing this to Dan. Oh, where's the microphone, Dan? Put some more makeup on and go on TV, Dan. And you're like, well, they're running palms too.
Pulling the thing down. Fucking knock it off! Then put it back up.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, exactly.
The amount of this one.
Fucking quit it!
All right, Goff, we need a fudging first down. All right, let's move along to some other storylines and some other coaches that are potentially about to pop off. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Dano, Harbaugh down here in Baltimore feels like he's going to head up to the New York Giants. How do you feel about that fit? It feels as though Harbaugh with Jackson Dart might be a success. Who do you see him kind of bringing in to be the OC maybe, help Jackson Dart take, the rookie success he had onto the next future years of his career? And then who do you see him kind of bringing in as DC as well? Do you see that staff being one of the better ones, and do you think that is a good fit for John Harbaugh to have the most success?
Oh, man. Harbaugh's a great coach. If he goes to the Giants, I do have two giant question marks about offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. So if you go with the offensive coordinators that he's kind of been mostly attached to, it's been Greg Roman and Todd Monken. I would tell you that with Jackson Dart's style, I would prefer Todd Monken just because, again, Roman's outstanding when it comes to his run game design, but Monken's better when it comes to some of the pass game designs. And so is Todd Monken going to be the offensive coordinator if Harbaugh goes to the Giants that goes with him? So that would be step number one. I don't know who else would be attached to Coach Harbaugh and whatnot when it comes to some of his past or the people that would be going with him. But if it was going to be Monken, I do like that. To your point, I think the second question would be, who's the defensive coordinator? I think there's a lot of people that have a lot of respect for Zach Orr. That being said, there's been 2 times in both seasons that he's been the defensive coordinator that they have had significant stretches of really bad football. Not bad football, really bad football. They started the 24 season. They were awful on the back end. Awful. Worst defense in football when it comes to that stuff. Makes a couple moves a couple pieces around. They play a lot better. They start this season. They're awful on defense. They can't stop anyone when it comes into the run game. Their front seven plays at a very poor level, move a couple pieces around. Then they start to play a little bit better, not as dominant as we're accustomed to. So, yeah, I do think it's a fair question to say, is it Zach Orr as the defensive coordinator, and is that the best thing? So, obviously, he's a great coach. I would like him in New York. I'd very much so like Kevin Stefanski in New York. Those would be by far my 2 favorite leading candidates for that job.
What about, you like Stefanski, got that, like Harbaugh. For Harbaugh, what about Jim Caldwell, offensive coordinator?
Yeah, Yeah, I love Coach Caldwell. Coach Caldwell has had a tremendous impact on my life. I don't know where Coach Caldwell stands on coaching. I know that this years ago he got out of it. I don't know where he stands on like how much he wants to coach and call plays. I'm a little bit more of a fan of some of the new blood, some of the new energy. Like I have said this. I don't think right now, if you're hiring an offensive coach, whether it's going to be your head coach that calls plays or your offensive coordinator, I don't think it makes a ton of sense to hire someone that doesn't have a background that's attached to the Shanahan world. We just are watching that offense for any level of quarterback, whether they're an established guy or a younger guy. We're watching that offense just have such a tremendous positive impact on the quarterback and everybody. And so, like, if I'm hiring somebody, it doesn't mean you have to major in it, but I want you to have some type of attachment because at the premise of that offense, it is illusion. Everything's about illusion. What are we trying to sell you? Are you buying it? And then how do we build things off of that stuff? We're taking the complicated and making it simple for us. We're taking the simple to you and make it complicated for you. And so that's like the starting point of that offense. And I think if you're hiring somebody that's going to be your offensive coordinator and your play caller, you want them to have that style of background, at least the understanding of it.
Go back to that play right there. Fake jet sweep, fake pitch, slant, touch. I mean, how do you stop that? You get.
Watch the receiver.
Yeah, I mean, you got linebackers going one way, linebackers going another way, safety's looking at a different thing, and then all of a sudden it's a one-on-one with a corner at the goal line on a slant, which is impossible to stop.
Yeah, got to protect your leverage. You have that tight split like that, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be outside leverage just because of all that field outside. The receiver did a great job being patient, getting a good release, and then just kind of getting skinny. All the other eye candy shouldn't impact him as a corner if you're locked up one-on-one. That's obviously a good throw. Those linebackers will be no help with all the other shit going on in the backfield.
Okay, so look at number 30. I don't know who that is. Is that Coop, Blankenship? It appears to be an exciting white.
That's X.
Go ahead and run that. Following the jet sweep, gets completely out of position. Then the fake pitch gets 17 out of position. And then all of a sudden, you just open up the hole literally for him to throw it. It's like, how do you find a passing lane? It's like, well, let's just create one. Well, what do we need to do? Well, we need this guy to go this way, right? All right, let's run more this way. We need somebody to go that way. Okay, let's fake this loud fake. By the way, that ball is above the offensive line.
Yeah.
So you can have to bite on it. And then all of a sudden we're sitting. We have a passing lane now. Brock Purdy, not 6'5", okay, but in the ability to set up blocking for runs and passing lanes for his quarterback, it does feel like Shanahan is what they like to say, in his bag, AQ.
It's all the details, too. I think Dan was going to probably mention it, but if you look at Robinson, the receiver up top, watch him walk off the ball, sell the run, and then get right into it.
Yeah, it's all the little things. That's what David Orlovsky's potentially bringing to town. That's what he's potentially bringing to town.
Shanahan tree. Now, fine throws.
Now, on that note, Dan Orlovsky, potentially offense coordinator for somebody. He's been lobbying for jobs for years out here. Yeah. Now it feels like maybe there's a chance for him to go. Okay.
Let's get him to Tampa. Him and Baker.
Oh, my God.
2 peas in a pod.
Him wearing one of those stupid hats, too, because of the sun. He would definitely be so dramatic with that down there. Yep. It would be maybe visor Dan or
don't hate that.
Let's not talk about any other job other than Detroit.
I have a lot of landing space for sun.
Me too, brother. Yeah, that's why we got to wear the big ones out there. That's part of our build. That's part of the Caucasoids. That's just kind of how it goes in this entirety. Sun is not necessarily kind to us. After the original burn, though, there's a nice little
kind of roll.
Glow.
Yeah, there is
a glow.
Hey, how we doing? Yeah, I was in the sun a week ago. And then that's gone. And then we got to start the process over again to turn into this color. But let's talk about you being an offense coordinator with what some of these defenses are right now. More specifically, one of them. Go ahead, AQ.
Yeah, we all know it's inevitable. You're going to be an offensive coordinator sooner than later. So when you are an offensive coordinator, how do you attack this Houston Texans defense?
Unbelievable.
Yeah, you have to take shots at the safeties. You have to. If you don't build different ways to take a max protection shot at the safeties, I think we all grew up in offenses where it's like 1 1/4. I think it's a minimum. You're just not going to drive the length of the field over 4 quarters against this defense. They're too fast. They're too physical. They tackle too well. They don't give you cheap yards. That's the story of Houston and Seattle. You don't get cheap yards against this defense, okay? So what's the next step? Everything, AQ, like the starting point is how we going to block the front? How are we going to block the front? How are you going to block the front? Every play has to, how are we going to block the front, okay? I think you have to take shots at their safeties in the play-action pass game. You've got to displace different leverages when it comes to their secondary players and hope that those safeties get ultra aggressive with some of their eyes. You're not going to hit them all, but I don't think that you're sitting there going, all right, let's go on a 10-play drive against this offense. It's just unlikely. I don't think you should ever single up your tackle. I don't think like me. Why is DK blocking Petrie? That doesn't make sense to my brain. Okay, it just doesn't. I don't think you should ever block your single up your tackle. Like the front that they get in all the time. AQ, especially if they think your passing is that overload front where they'll put like Daniil or Will by himself. Yeah. And then they take the other three and put them on the other side of the center. So we call that clip right there. So see, Will's by himself. So your starting point at the bottom of your screen is, do you want to block Willie Anderson one-on-one? No. So then you have to take the tackle and the back has to chip. So those two. Then they take the three other guys, the 2D tackle on the opposite D end, and then it's 4-on-3. But what happens is Will eventually is just the chip, so he's one-on-one. And then you have look at the two offensive linemen. They're just blocking one. So like if you can't. It's math. Like you just can't one-on-one block those guys. But I think you got to take shots at their safeties, and you got to have a quarterback that's going to hit them on a consistent basis.
Now, on that note, can quarterback not just immediately see that and run for 5 yards right to the left right there as soon as that ball snapped, no matter what's called? Because there's 3 on one side, 1 on the other. Hey, if we see this look, go ahead and out. We're red seeing this thing for 4 or 5 yards.
It's 3rd and 8. Go get 5.
Oh, it's only happening on 3rd and long, you're saying.
Also, you have no idea how many different combination blitzes and
game
line stunts and twists you can run out of that.
Yeah.
Combinations.
I don't care what you're running when Sheldon Rankins is doing that to your guard. And he's laying on his back looking up at his quarterback.
But that's their go-to, man.
Unbelievable.
Like, that's their go-to.
And they weren't worried about a scramble with, respectfully, with eight back there. Maybe a little different looks with Drake May on these downs and distances. You'll have those backers or a guy like Petrie, running around. But so many eyes on the quarterback all the time, so it's tough to really get.
Now, I have faith in Vrabel. I think he's a super genius. I think McDaniels also super genius when it comes to this stuff. I have a lot of appreciation for Drake May. That pocket's been collapsing, though. Like last week, Drake May, 2 fumbles because he goes up into pocket and then bang, he has no seam.
They're going to give the left side of that Patriots offensive line L.
Yeah, and Vrabel knows that, though, right? Like, that is something that Vrabel understands. We would assume at this stage of it. So I'm excited to see how they joust against this defense that has been demoralizing to everybody that they have played against. We've been trying to warn people, hey, this Texans defense is a demoralizer. They are going to come in and they're going to ruin your night. Now, if you get out of there with a win, congrats. But it's going to be a hard road for the entirety of the game.
Yeah, and that's definitely the biggest worry. Another thing would be, the whole entire thing with Houston is they don't disguise. Like, if they were to start disguising just for this game or for the games remaining out of nowhere, and I guess, Deba, it might be a better question for you. Like, how easy is it to do that? To just, hey, we're going to completely disguise and change does it change their defense, or is it more so just pre-snap stuff they can kind of switch around?
They could definitely do it on certain downs and distances, red area, different things like that. And they'll have different wrinkles for each offense, but for them, it's like they do what they do. And it's a reason, just like Legion of Boom, like they do what you do. Now, the Patriots, on the other hand, they did a ton of disguising to do a lot of different shit on the back end, but they're so talented at what they do, just being in their positions, it's almost like, why? Why would you do it? They definitely can do it.
Yeah, I would say this, to answer your question from an offensive perspective, Boston, is like, when teams don't disguise and they're a little bit simplistic in their scheme like Houston is, they know exactly where we want to attack them. So they know where they're weak. And so that lends them to like knowing exactly where they have to be. There's no hesitation. They get to play crazy fast. And the counter to it with these disguised teams is like, I'll give you an example, and D-Butt would speak on this too, is the Rams defensively. If you watch that Rams and Carolina tape, I could find you 10 clips where the Rams are completely out of coverage. I'm talking nowhere within 10, 15 yards of certain receivers because they're trying to disguise so much. And so that's where you could get yourself into trouble is unless everybody's truly on the same page and knows how it all has to kind of be connected, you can get yourself caught. The contrast is New England. I went on TV on Monday. I was like, I got no idea what New England's running from a defensive perspective. I got no clue. And I say that as a respectful thing. As a quarterback, I'm sitting there going, I don't know if this is 2, 4, weak buzz, 8? Are you playing zone? Are you playing man? Like you're just, so as I can imagine as a play caller, you're looking at your call sheet going, all right, well, this is a good coverage versus this, or play versus this coverage. I don't know if they're even playing that coverage.
All right, well, Dan,
so that's
we
the
don't
contrast.
need, in the middle of you potentially getting an OC job, we don't need you saying you don't know what anybody's doing, especially after watching all 22. But you weren't the only one that said that. I think the Chargers players came out and said, we had no idea what they were doing. We didn't really know what was going on. So that's what I'm talking about. I cannot wait to watch Vrabes. I cannot wait to watch D'Amico.
Playoffs, man.
Like, I'm excited to watch them battle.
Every game. Like, across the board, that's how I feel. I'm a Patriots fan more so for that one, but all of these games, I cannot wait to just see how they play out.
All right, Dan, we appreciate the hell out of you, buddy. You look good in that medium. You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Dan Orlovsky. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to announce how we will be giving away the first pair of national championship tickets. We'll be giving away 6 tickets. Shout out to our friends at SeatGeek. They did not give us the tickets. We just purchased them off of SeatGeek. They're nice, 100-level tickets.
Yeah.
We'll give away a pair today. We'll give away a pair tomorrow, and then we'll give away a pair on Friday. We can't thank everybody enough for potentially reaching out and saying, hey, how do we do this? How do we win? Here's how you will win today's giveaway. Hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search. You got to find the words containing either IU or UM in our lower third graphics today. Boom. For instance, whenever this pops up, bang, you see the IU down there in Let's. You see it. It just popped up there. It's in right in the middle, L-E, and then the IU there, and then the T and the S right there.
Mm-hmm.
So the word there would be let's. So let's go ahead and gather that word. Once all 6 words have been revealed over the next hour, remove the IU and the UM from the words, and then put them in order with the hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search onto X. The first 10 people who have it correct will be entered into a random pool selected, and one person will win the pair from today. We will have another contest tomorrow and another contest on Friday. This is not travel and hotel, and if you spell the words wrong or put them in the wrong order, you will be disqualified. Okay? So good luck to all. The first word is let's. Good luck for the rest of the 5. We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. We hope you potentially win a pair of tickets to the national championship. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change your life. We'll see you on the other side.
Roads leading to Eugene, and I can't help but say, hey, 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 hey. You make me wanna jump, put my hands up and pick my heels up and all again now. A little bit something now, 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 a little bit louder 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 now, a little bit louder. Yeah, it's awesome. It's a great day in Oregon. You know, we gonna can it. OH! We are! Thank you. I love this. Let me go ahead and cock that thing. Boom on! Boom on! Ah, boom! Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah, Roughnecks. We got engineers, we got doctors, we got economists. We got real tests that have real implications happening. And all of these sons of said, give me college game day. Instead of studying, I had some questions about coming out here to Berkeley, but after experiencing it, it is very evident that this is one of the best cities in this here United States of America. USA, 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 USA. And this represents everything thing that is great with this country, with our sport, it doesn't matter which way you view the world. It doesn't matter which part of the country you're from. College football runs through our soul. And that is what a celebration today is all about. I am thankful to be here amongst these nerds and future geniuses and future people that are going to run this place. It's an honor to be in Berkeley. It's foggy. I think there's some skunk.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this What Wednesday, January 14, 2026. Hour 2 of the program begins now. Football! It's fantastic. We're so incredibly lucky that we get a chance to chat about it every single day. We thank you for that particular opportunity. We know there's a lot of other things you could be doing with your life. The fact that you hang out with us is outrageous. Potentially a poor life choice, but we love that you do it, and we appreciate the hell out of you. Now, today's a big day, obviously. We've been chit-chatting about everything happening around the football world. The divisional round is just a few days away. The national championship is coming up on Monday. We're doing a ticket giveaway that started literally 3 minutes ago and will continue throughout the entirety of this hour, where you will have to keep your eyes on the lower third graphics that pop up here. If you see an IU or UM in the middle of a word, go ahead and write that word down. And then once, there's the first one right there. Boom. There's the first one right there. Let's would be the first word. Go ahead and take IU out of there, put let's down. Once the show is over, once the SeatGeek giveaway is over, you will have to tweet what the sentence is out of the 6 words onto X using the hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search. If you're part of the first 10 that get it right, you'll be randomly selected to be a winner. Congratulations, whoever that is. We appreciate everybody for participating. Spelling errors, words wrong, eliminated. If you keep the IU and the UM in the word, eliminated. This does not include hotel and travel. Okay, we apologize. The reason why we're doing this, these ticket prices are insane. For this ticket giveaway, and this is not to pat us on the back, obviously we give away a lot around here because we're very thankful for what we have, and also we appreciate everybody who allows us to do this for a living. So if we didn't give back to the people that make it possible, we'd be outrageous. That's what that is. We spent $50,000 on these 6 tickets that we're going to be giving away over the next 3 days. 100 level, obviously down near the field. They're very pricey tickets. They all are. National championship in Miami. Miami's back in there. And then, the Indiana University alumni base is the biggest in the country. So, and they got a lot of money, a lot of business people, which is how obviously SIG is reaping the benefit of that. So is the basketball team. So the ticket price seemingly only going up. Normally for these types of events, we did this with the Super Bowl many years. No, we didn't do it. Other people did. We heard of other people doing this. You get 2 tickets to the Super Bowl, every player in the NFL, basically. So then there was always somebody, we didn't do this. Others did this. There's always somebody trying to get to other people's tickets and saying, hey, I know a guy who's willing to pay this amount for that ticket right now. Okay, so Monday, Tuesday, that pitch is coming. Then Wednesday, Thursday, that pitch is coming. And then if you were able to hold, Friday, Saturday, there's another pitch coming. Depending upon who's in the game and how it's all going is the ticket price's value. At the beginning of the week, if it's not that good of a team, team matchup, probably going to be worth more than at the end of the week whenever everybody's dying off because they don't want to travel to the particular game. But with this being in Miami, and Miami playing in Indiana's first national championship in football in forever, the expectation is that the prices are only going to go up throughout the week, and people are going to get more desperate as it gets closer to the game, which is a wild phenomenon. This is not normal, and I think the ticket brokers obviously enjoying this. SeatGeek has the greatest ticket prices out of everybody on planet Earth and the moon, and we can get you $30 off. It's not going to matter. Okay? $100 off. That's not going to matter. Okay, PAT 100 for $100 off. Shout out to SeatGeek for doing that. And then hopefully you'll be able to win today's contest with the lower third. 6 words will be put on these lower third graphics. We will not point them out every single time. All you'll have to do is put the words into a tweet in order. Use the hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search, and you could potentially win a pair. We appreciate you all. The talk table's here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. 9-year NFL vet Darius J. Butler is here. 12-year NFL vet, Super Bowl champion. Ladies and gentlemen, AQ Shipley is here.
Yeah, AQ.
Great season out of you, AQ.
Great season out of you boys. It's my favorite time of the year.
Divisional round is good time.
Yeah.
Super wildcard weekend was super.
It's the best.
Yes, it was.
I mean, it is the best. Most amount of ball that matters, and also every single game delivered, except for the Monday night game.
Yeah.
And that didn't really become a blot until fourth quarter. So I would say for 5 games, 3 quarters, there was a delivery from Super Wildcard Weekend, let alone semifinals that came from college football before that. Divisional round, now this really, this is where the rubber hits the road.
Yeah, slugfest.
This is where we get going. Both number 1 seeds back in action. Teams had to earn their way to this weekend. And this is going to be special ball this weekend. 2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday, and then the big one on Monday night. Carson Beck, Fernando Mendoza, Miami versus IU. I'm excited about it all.
One more question on the giveaway, because I got a lot of people calling me trying to figure out how to get in the game. To submit, you can only submit on X. Is that true? I know we kind of live on it. Okay.
Strictly because their search is the easiest way to figure out who posts when.
By far.
Got it.
So, like, other platforms don't have the best search to be able to find, like, giveaway winners. So we always do our giveaways on X strictly because hashtag with search, latest scroll. Now, there has been a couple times in the past where maybe there was a glitch in the coding, and obviously you're banking on it being accurate in it all. But we have learned through doing, thousands of giveaways at this point, I would say?
Certainly.
Thousands of giveaways at this point, that X is the easiest way for us to find the actual participants for the randomization, is what we have learned. So, yes, on X, have to use the hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search. Good luck to everybody.
Oh, yeah.
We hope you win. We'll be Donner.
Yeah.
On a sideline.
Mm-hmm.
That's outrageous.
Thank God.
Outrageous we get to do that.
Yeah, and that's not where the tickets are. You said 100 level. 100 level is not the field.
Might as well be on the sideline.
No, it's
it's not the same thing, but you get it. They're great tickets.
It is interesting because the people who see us put the field pass thing up, like, can I come with you? I got people running into me in public, whatever. I'm driving to pick up something for the dog or something like that. And they'll come, field pass, how do we get on? I want the pass. How do I get, you're giving away a field pass? You're going to be on the sideline? It's like, no, I don't know how. Like us getting on the sideline, really hard. The amount of securities and checkpoints that go through that.
Peach Bowl especially, they were all over it. You walk 2 feet there. Let me see your credential right now. Okay.
As it should be, by the way.
Yeah, for
it's
sure.
It's a special place. So 2 tickets will be given away today. We appreciate that. Joining us now live from Manatee, Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, former national champion himself, AJ Hawk. Hawker, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing great. How you guys doing?
Not bad. Not as good as whoever wins these 2 tickets. You know what I mean, H?
I've just been paying attention to the whole scroll the whole time. I can't even pay attention. Like, I have a hard time focusing because I'm just waiting for the next word to pop up.
Well, don't do that because it's supposed to just be, we're not supposed to draw attention to it. But I think watch came up. I don't know if everybody saw
really?
that.
I missed it already.
Yeah, exactly. You guys, see, boom, it's right down there. You see that? So I pointed out two now. I'm done with it.
Okay.
You got to figure it out. You decide. You choose.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that from Rookie Symposium?
Who was that? Who said that? Chris Carter?
No, Chris Carter came and yelled at us and told us how we had no respect.
Well, we also need a fall
guy.
That wasn't I don't think he did that speech in our Rookie Symposium.
We had Willie Brown.
Yeah, he yelled at us.
Yeah.
We got yelled at a lot in that entire thing. Then there was a skit. Do you remember the skit about making bad decisions?
Nah, I don't.
That's my favorite.
I remember that.
You decide. You choose.
Yeah, he was like a motivational guy.
Yeah, and he had a skit and something popped up.
Yeah.
Some lady wanted to, do this entire thing. And then he paused the skit and then he'd say, I could change my life entirely right now. Fall into this. You decide. You choose.
That's
and then everybody
he
around
said freeze. He said freeze.
Yeah,
that's right. Same thing. I was there 3 or 4 years before you guys. He freeze, and everyone would freeze, and they would go through all the scenarios. Yeah,
you decide.
That's
you
powerful.
choose.
Stuck with you guys 3 out of 4.
It did.
You just got to think about my altitude whenever this is all happening as I'm watching. Like, now that you guys know me a little bit better, we're being forced to sit through this entire thing. We're getting yelled at by people we've never met before. We got to go in the other breakout rooms and talk to people we've never met. It was cool to see everybody of our draft class. I think that was an upside of it all.
No doubt.
But these presentations were just like any conference, brutal. I think that's a good way to describe it. Brutal. Yeah. But I try to enjoy all those moments. You know, I'm like, all right, here we go. There's going to be a story out of this. And when this skit guy popped up on the screen, it was like Drewski swinging in.
Sure.
That's literally what it was. I can never, ever forget it. Keep going, Drewski.
That's what they should have this year at the supposed.
You decide. He needs to watch one of those and do an entire thing on it. It was 15 minutes of just the most ludicrous things. Somebody coming up with cocaine, you know, to a guy. And he's like, freeze. This could change my life entirely. What if I do this? What if this is a cop? Blah, blah, blah. You decide. You choose. And then the entire skit group kind of reorganizes quickly. There's like little music. And they get into a whole new thing. And it was like, geez, Louise. And then Chris killed us afterwards. Joining us now, speaking of Chris's, ladies and gentlemen, this man is from the world of soccer. This man is going to help lead the United States of America to a World Cup championship.
Hell yeah.
Joining us now, Crystal Palace legend from Alabama, Roll Tide, from what I've been told.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen, Chris Richards.
Yay, Chris!
How you doing,
everybody?
Chris? How are you, brother?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Good. You decide. You choose. Did you just learn about, do you guys get this skit in the soccer world as well, or only in our world do we get this?
No, it's just y'all's world where y'all get that.
Okay, well, yeah, you guys don't need it. You guys are so locked in. We just ran 45 miles. Okay, we don't have time to maybe pick up cocaine from a cop at a club. I get it. We kind of do our entire thing. Chris, tell me a little bit about Crystal Palace. You being an American who's playing over in England and showcasing well for us. I guess you're in the middle of contract negotiations, potentially. You won the FA Cup. How is life over there, and how do you think it's preparing you for a United States run in the World Cup?
Yeah, it's great. I mean, Crystal Palace is in London, so it's very different from where I grew up in Birmingham, but it's it's amazing. And we had a really good season, historic season here at Crystal Palace. And again, it's just we won trophies, and it's I want more. It makes me yearn more trophies, and so it's exactly what I want to do with the national team. I want to continue to win things and win big trophies.
Tell me about Coach Ponch a little bit, how he potentially differs from anybody else you've ever met, or what he's trying to do with the U.S. national team.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the reasons why the federation hired him is because he's so ambitious. I think you can tell with every team he's been at, every club he's been at, he's so ambitious, and he also just loves the game. He's always watching, he's always paying attention, and I think that's one thing that some coaches tend to only do it while you're there in front of them, but they're always watching. So I think he's a perfectionist, but also he wants the best for us.
Well, Chris, what we have been tasked to do and have the honor of doing. And I don't know if you know this was coming whenever you had your fro look immaculate today. I don't know if that's how it always looks. Wow. But we appreciate you joining us. And we know you're in the middle of potential practice schedule. It is our honor to tell you, you've been named the U.S. Men's National Team Player of the Year, brother. Congratulations. Yeah. Come on. Come on. Let's go. USA. USA! 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 Okay, Chris, this is a big deal. New coach, heading into a World Cup. You're the U.S. Men's National Team Player of the Year, obviously middle back for the squad. What does this mean to you, honestly? Like, what does it? Because whenever we were asked if we wanted to do it, we immediately were like, yeah, we don't know much about it. But for you, obviously, this is a huge honor saying, hey, you're our guy, buddy. You're the guy. Hey, you're the guy, pal. Yeah. And we're heading into a World Cup with a lot of great expectations, and I think they're going to be putting a lot of it on your shoulders. What does this mean to you, and did you know this was coming?
No, I didn't know it's coming. It means the world to me. I think people, as a defender, people tend to say it's a lot of pressure, but I think pressure builds diamonds, and that's something that with this team, with this, country, we're Americans, we like to win. We like to scrap, we like to fight, and that's exactly what we're going to do in the summer, and hopefully by the end of it, we're holding a big trophy.
Other winners, Dempsey. Prolific.
What?
Out the door.
What?
Tim Howard.
What?
McKinney.
What?
I mean, you talk about a who's who. And Chris, you might be the best of them all whenever it's all said and done with what you're doing overseas. We need you to get back to the MLS, though. Okay, we need that to happen ASAP, even though it sounds like they're trying to lock you into Crystal Palace. And we can't wait to watch you and the U.S. national team do their thing in the World Cup, brother. Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's a pleasure.
Hey, Roll Tide, or how do we feel? We a little worried, or?
Or damn Eagle?
It's Roll Tide, man. It was a tough day. It was a tough day, watching that game. But at the end of the day, it's always going to be Roll Tide. Ups and downs. That's how I was raised.
Respect. That's that grit that U.S.
right.
men's
Roll
national
down.
team player.
That's right.
Yeah. We appreciate you, ladies and gentlemen. Chris Richards. Good luck.
Hey, Chris.
What an honor, Age. We're doing U.S. men's national team players of the year on the program. That's a big deal.
Fab Ramos?
What's that?
He acted like he didn't know, like he had no idea, but I wonder if he was hoping maybe.
I don't
know.
I don't think he had any clue. I don't know if he knew that was coming. Whenever we were told about the award, I was like, okay, what is it? They're like, U.S. men's national team player of the year. This is a big deal. It's like, all right, sweet. We can't wait to tell him. And it feels like he's the right guy for it. What were you going to say, Conrad?
Tab Ramos, also a winner. Head coach or assistant coach, excuse me, to Tony Miola on the CONCAFA FC national team, whatever it was called.
Yeah, a lot of people say Tab Ramos, Mount Rushmore player for the history of U.S. men's national team. That's basically what the U.S. men's national team player of the years are, is being put into the conversation of like, hey, this is one of the GOATs. Now, Luna had a hell of a year.
He did.
Luna had a hell of a year. I think Ponch could have potentially been the U.S. men's national team player
Probably
of the year.
should have been.
Because of what he was going to do if we get him on the field. Chris Richards is the guy, though, from what everything Gumpy has said, Ty Schmidt.
I mean, I love his look. You know, I love that we have a primarily defensive guy, winning player of the year. That bodes well. That's kind of been our biggest issue is, hey, every single World Cup, we got all these great goal scorers, and these guys end up coming in. They're sliding. They're taking dives. They're kind of acting like, babies the entire time. We got this guy who looks like he's ready to crack some skulls. And you know what? I mean, he'll score a goal or two for us, if we need him to. So I love it.
For Crystal Palace, obviously he's a middle back, but he'll go play a little midfield as well if he has to.
Okay.
He's got a lot of versatility.
Athlete.
The American way.
It is the American way.
I can't believe U.S. let him out. That guy needs to be Portland Timbers, Columbus Crew.
I heard the Sounders are, kind of putting together a very lucrative pitch right now to maybe contend with Crystal Palace for his services.
Gumpy, I see you got some Chris Richards merch on back there. Okay, Bob.
Yeah, he's got a pretty nice contract at Crystal Palace as well. And, he's doing well out there, scores for them as well. They hadn't won a trophy in forever, and he brought them one in the FA Cup.
Is he the highest paid American in England history?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Clint Dempsey could potentially be in a conversation.
Yeah.
Tim Howard was over there for a long time. I don't know what the contracts look like, but if you're saying he's got a very good contract with Crystal Palace, and with the way contracts have gone, I'd assume he's potentially the highest paid European American soccer player we have. I should have done a research. I do not know.
I just looked it up. It's Florin Balogun. He's at AS Monaco.
Love Balogun.
And Christian Pulisic, who's at Milan.
Okay. What you say? What was the first thing you said? That was two team names. What did you say there at the beginning?
Which one? Florin Balogun?
Who's that?
He's our number 9. He is an elite goal scorer.
Mm-hmm. He's filthy.
Balogun.
Very good.
He's on USA?
Yeah, he plays in France for Monaco.
Okay, the France is a farm league, isn't it? I mean, Messi was there for 20 minutes and said, get me the hell out of here. Okay, so I don't want to make fun of the French league. The MLS could kill the French league, right? Do we think that, Gumpy?
Usually PSG's that's the top dog over there and everybody else.
We're not scared about PSG at all. Okay, Mbappe said, get me the hell out of here. Did he not? He's the French.
Yeah, he's in Real Madrid with Spain.
I don't want to bury France, but if you've ever been there, you'd feel obligated to do the same if you were an American with how that whole thing goes. But on that note,
Balogun,
Yep.
like Mulligan.
He's been on the U.S. team that I've been watching here with Ponch.
Yeah, he's very good.
All I've seen is Luna score. That's all I've seen. Balogun, what's his? I love this guy. What's his name again, Tone?
Florin Balogun.
How much is he getting paid over there in France?
$100,000 a week.
Is that how they judge contracts over there?
Yeah, it's done week to week.
Sorry, euros a week, my bad.
Oh, that's like 100.
That's like 105,000.
That's a good ball.
Congratulations, Mr. Balogun. Tu es très fantastique.
He's a great player.
Oui.
He is a great player.
One of the favorites.
When's the first game? Sorry, when's the first World Cup game?
A week after June 6th.
Yeah.
So June 16th, I think, first game?
Sounds right. Not sure, though.
June 11th.
Okay, so 5 days. Is that for the whole World Cup or for America?
Whole World Cup starts in Mexico City.
And then America plays when? June 12th. Okay. Day 2 against Paraguay. Good luck, Paraguay.
Yeah, good luck.
Just stay home.
Yeah, I don't even think you should play.
Yeah. Idiots.
Yeah, because we got Balogun coming through.
That's right.
Para go away.
He's going to say Messi, Boku.
But in English, we're not doing any of that.
No, he's a Frenchman. American French. He's over here.
Yeah, but when we're playing in the World Cup with the Stars and Stripes, I don't want to hear any of that fucking French
I
shit.
don't want any flopping either.
No.
We're playing American.
You leave that in France.
Yeah. Joining us now is a man who's obviously in the soccer world, has no idea what he's doing because he doesn't have Chris Richards on his team or Floppigan. Ladies and gentlemen, future first ballot NFL Hall of Famer.
Floppigan.
This guy's a stud. JJ don't even know he exists. Ladies and gentlemen, JJ Watt.
Yeah, JJ.
Why don't you got Blopkin on the team, bro? Espanol could certainly use this guy and maybe get a little bit more American presence on these squads, JJ. And congrats to Chris Richards. I know you're a big fan.
Yes, congratulations to Chris Richards.
You can't afford him. You can't afford him though at Espanol or
like
Burnley. Is that what's happening? You can't afford these Americans that go over there and just dominate, or what's going on?
He's doing great. He's doing great. That FA Cup run was awesome for them last year. They did a great job. It was very cool to see them get that victory.
So does Burnley hate Crystal Palace? Is this like a big time rivalry? Am I missing something here or no?
I mean, it's not a big time rivalry. They're 1 of 20. We're 1 of 20, and we need to beat them twice a year. We haven't, and that's what needs to happen.
Now is that 20 in the top 20, or is there like 20 in every level? Because where are we at right now if we're to up the club?
There are more than 20 in some of the lower levels. There are 20 in the top level.
Oh, so we're 1 of 20 right now. That's what Burnley does. Oh, no.
All right.
Still
All
time.
right.
Still
All
time.
right.
Still
All right.
time.
If
A lot of time.
If you had
A lot of
Balop again, maybe we wouldn't have as many ties as we currently have. And I saw you guys playing for a tie last week. That's okay. How's Espanol? In the morning, we drink coffee. In the afternoon, it's rum. And then we play the soccer and we win. Everyone is Espanol. Espanol. Lucky, lucky, lucky.
Doing great.
It's
doing great. They're playing really good ball.
5. Wow. You see the ranking?
Our coach's birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Manolo.
Happy birthday.
Great coach.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Yep.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños to him. A lot of soccer talk. Okay, let's get away from that.
There you go.
Congrats to Espanol. Let's talk football.
Twice in 1 week. Happy to be here. Let's go. What's going on? This is new territory.
I'll tell you what. If we could have you 5 times, we certainly would. You're like Orlovsky.
You can't. You can't.
That's what I know. But I'm just saying, if we could, that was
Perfect world.
That was a soft ask. Okay, I'm happy we got a hard answer back in that note. But let's talk a little ball here. Okay, who's better than you to talk ball? Nobody. TJ Watt. I guess his name's being circulated potentially. What's his future look like whenever you start looking at contracts and new eras and yada, yada, yada. Mike Tomlin steps down. Your thoughts on how the game went against a Houston Texans team on Monday night? I think they're going to demoralize a lot of teams going forward with how good this defense is. And then the immediate step down the day after. Expected, not expected? Like, where do you kind of land in this entirety, Jay?
I mean, I think the conversation has obviously been there for a while around that. I think no matter what, when it actually happens, it's shocking. I think that even if there's been discussions and people speculating, the moment it actually happens is wild. I mean, for a guy who's been there for that long, who's never had a losing season, I know people hate that term, but it's just a fact. And like, it's crazy. The longevity and the consistency over time is to have a change in that organization that's only had 3 head coaches ever is stunning. And now to look at the AFC North as a whole and to know that there's currently only 1 head coach in that division, it's wild. And to see all the openings in this cycle, there aren't that many good coaches in the NFL to fill these jobs. Like, there's just not that many head coaches and assistant coaches to fill out staffs at the coordinator level, at the position coach level. So there's so much shakeup yet to be done, because now these new head coaches are going to be hiring their coordinators, which is going to shake up the next level of staffs. And then these other staffs have to fill in those roles. It's a crazy time right now in the coaching carousel. And I have no clue what's going to happen.
Go ahead, Age.
Jage, have you ever, I don't know if you've ever witnessed it or heard from, like, does a coach's message ever get stale? You know, Mike Tomlin's there forever, and we see it happen sometimes. This guy gets fired, and then he gets picked up somewhere else right away. Why does it seem to work somewhere else? Like, why does it change the scenery, I guess, as a coach? Sometimes, like, it can still work that way.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing about Mike T is I don't know if stale is the right word, because it's the consistency that makes him who he is and so great. So I don't know if it's necessarily a thing that got stale. It's just the facts of the results. When you look at the playoff games, it's just that's what it's been over time. Now, when you talk about a coach going somewhere else and succeeding right away, there's definitely the aspect of a new coach coming in and preaching a message that he may have been preaching somewhere else to a new group that's never heard that message before, and seeing that this guy is legit and he's going to lift us and raise us to a new level and take us to new heights. But from everything we're seeing right now and hearing and reading, it doesn't look like he's interested in coaching, at least for this year. And then you have to look at Coach Cowher and what happened with him when he stepped away and was potentially going to only be away for a year, but then realized, oh, wait, nobody's yelling at me every Sunday. Nobody's calling for my head. This is pretty sweet. So maybe it's a similar situation there.
Cowher, great on TV. Tomlin going to be great on TV. I mean, that's why they have had jobs speaking and leading for 19 years, 18 years, because they're great at communicating. So whenever they get on TV, we assume they're going to crush. Mike Tomlin is going to be undefeated every year on a microphone. Cannot wait to see what he ends up doing. We think it's probably already done. We think it's probably already done if we had to guess. And as long as we see him in the football world, we're happy. But we would also like to say, just like Jage here, if it's possible, I got people from Pittsburgh texting me. Have you reached out to Coach Tomlin to be on your show? Okay, every week. We need him on your show every week. It's like there's so many different things that go into all that. Like if he goes to Fox, there's no chance he'll be on this show. No, there is no chance at all. You remember Jeter was coming on.
Yep.
Jeter was coming on the show. And then there was woo! And then it was an immediate, I didn't know it was going to be like this. I am so sorry. We will meet you guys someday. So if he was to go to Fox, I think there is next to no chance that he would end up on this particular program. But if he has any opening at all, Coach Tomlin, we like to let you know, we'd love to do business with you every single week. Tomlin Talking Ball would be an incredible feature. And whatever it is, however it is, we would love to make it work. Now, with what
I'd like to give credit to my boss, David Burson at CBS, who does allow me to do this show every week. He is awesome. He's great. He let me do the Manning Cast Monday night. He's been really, really good about it, knowing that we're also having an unbelievably record-breaking year at CBS ourselves. Okay. So all is well when all tides are rising.
Yeah, it feels like, the good of anything is the good for everything, but not everybody kind of views it that way, and I understand completely. We completely understand the business, and we do appreciate the hell out of Dave over there at CBS. And congrats to CBS on another fantastic year, honestly. And usually when you're up here, every single time you pop up, it says very clearly, CBS Sports Analyst. J.J. Watt.
I appreciate it.
He went from a studio 3 times a year to in a booth every single weekend. This guy is on a rocket ship like pace yep, there it is right there. Okay, so let's go away from Pittsburgh. Let's go away from Pittsburgh.
Thanks, AJ.
And let's go to Hey,
what the hell was that?
We're not pointing out every single
sack of
First one I saw, I'm sorry.
These people are supposed to earn it. Football, right?
I'm just trying to help out with one. I'm giving it one.
Not how it works.
We're in the middle of a ticket giveaway, Jage. Looks like you don't know what's happening. Read the bottom.
I do.
Okay.
I do. Don't worry. I got it. If it has IU in it, there's going to be, 7 words? You got to find all 7?
6, and it could have UM in it, too. And we're not pointing out every one that pops up. Okay?
That's the last one.
I'm done with everybody pointing out the shit. Okay? This is a surprise. They're supposed to figure it out. It's a scavenger hunt.
It's a hand away, not a giveaway. It's bullshit.
What is this? Everybody wins all the time? Kinda.
Football couldn't help himself. He's like a dog ball. Yeah. Football.
He really did do that. It's right below his face, too, so it did look like he was trying to bite it as he was
excited.
Okay, so let's talk. Obviously, Pittsburgh Steelers have a massive change. Baltimore Ravens do as well. They moved on from John Harbaugh. Did you know that Bisciotti, the owner of the Ravens, is the most electrifying person on a microphone? And what he's going to do going forward is going to be fantastic, I would assume. And if I was up for a head coaching job, certainly an owner I would want to work for. What was your thoughts on Bisciotti's messaging, and how do you think they go about going forward with their head coaching role?
All I have heard about Bisciotti throughout my time in the league and afterwards in the media world is that he's a great owner, but you never really hear from him because that's what he does. He's kind of behind the scenes. He lets his people do their thing. Even when you're broadcasting a game at M&T Bank Stadium, he doesn't want to be shown on the screen. Like, he's that kind of guy who's like, I'm going to run a good organization, but I'm going to stay back out of the way. But man, I did not know that that's what it was like when he got in front of a mic. It was awesome. Like, it was the most real, legit, like, you actually got a full-blown insight into his mind while he was also speaking like a real person, not somebody rehearsed by PR. It was great. It was such a cool thing to see, and I would say that's definitely an owner you would like to go in there and coach for.
we reached out immediately after seeing the videos. We're like, we'd love to have him on the show. Baltimore PR answered us 30 seconds. I think it was fastest answer any team's PRs, including the Colts, has ever responded and go, we'll ask, brother, but he wants to be the least known owner in all of sports. And we're trying to ruin that today. We are trying our best to ruin that because I think he's good for ball, man. The way he spoke, the way he operated, being a good business person, talking about the reality of the business, like not wanting to hand it over to his kids because like what he's seen in the past, it's like, that's good for ball, not bad for ball. We hope he knows that. We appreciate the hell out of him. All right, let's move to some other conversations. Go ahead, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, Jay, just curious. After all the success that the Texans had on Monday night, did they, give you a call back and say, hey, I know it's going to be a quick turnaround. I know the previous one you did 2 weeks ago, but we're going to need you to walk down that exact same bridge on a cold Houston night and do another pump-up video. And also, what do you think about this Texans team moving forward? Because did they look dominant on Monday night.
Not this week, but I mean, if anything shakes out, there's always the possibility of whipping it back out in the cold weather. And,
whip
it out.
That didn't quite go. That didn't quite go how I thought it was going to go.
Might be a little smaller. It's cold.
Yeah, exactly. Tougher to whip it out in the cold.
Yeah, you never know.
I was in the pool. No. I mean, their defense, dude, it's ridiculous. Like, now we know the Steelers' offense this year at times has had trouble moving the ball, and they throw it short, and Aaron got the ball out of his hands quick, but, 2 defensive touchdowns. They had 3 turnovers on offense, the Texans did, and the Steelers still ended up with 6 points on the night. That's unbelievable to do. The defense is just incredible. I've been saying this for many years, that Danielle Hunter is the most underrated player in the league. He legitimately is a Hall of Famer. He should be a Hall of Famer. He is the least talked about future Hall of Famer in the world, in my mind, especially if he continues to do what he's been doing. Will Anderson's insane. Myles Garrett, obviously, very clearly the Defensive Player of the Year this year, but Will Anderson's year is incredible, and I could definitely see Defensive Player of the Years in the future for him. And then the back end. I don't know whose tweet it was. I saw somebody quote it, but somebody said, the Texans defense looks like a bunch of velociraptors holding machine guns, 11 of them coming at you. That's exactly what it looks like, dude. They are just hyenas out there, just flying and killing people. It moves different. It shakes different. It hits different. They're unbelievable.
Yeah, I wonder about Burke. What are your thoughts on Matt Burke? Because he obviously is not being talked about much as a head coach, and then Monday night happens, and all of a sudden everybody's like, Schrags kind of puts it in the universe, and everybody follows suit. They're like, yeah, why isn't this guy being talked about as a head coach? Do you know him? How do you know him? And why do you think this group responds so well to what he does?
Yeah, he was my defensive line coach my last year in Arizona. He's the one who put together the entire retirement video with Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers and Brady and all those guys saying goodbye that made me cry and my family. So he's an unbelievable man. He really is. And he took over this defense after week 3 or 4 of this year when they were 0-3, and he turned them into the number 1 defense in the NFL. Now, that's not to take anything away from D'Amico, who obviously has had the 49ers defense. He's had this Texans defense playing well the whole time. So D'Amico obviously has hands in all of this. But Matt Burke has done an unbelievable job. And there's plenty of people that when you bring him up in head coaching conversations say, well, can he bring Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter and Derek Stingley with him to the next job? It's like, well, you could say that about literally any coordinator ever that gets a job. Can they bring the Josh Allen with them? Can they bring this guy with them? Yeah, if you have good players, you're not going to do all this exotic stuff because you don't have to. You play to your team's strengths. And right now, their team's strengths are very strong. You don't need to do any exotic stuff. Matt's a great, great dude. I think he absolutely should be getting head coaching calls.
Him thinking of creating a video for you, I think tells me he would be a good head coach. Just like that type of thought and creation and execution.
We knew each other for 7 months, and he spent 2-3 weeks reaching out to my family, my friends, guys around the league, putting the video together himself with the video team, and he put it up there for my final game, and it is one of my most prized possessions in the world, that video. And he did that having known me for that amount of time. He's a special cat.
He didn't reach out to you, D, but did he?
Nope. He didn't reach out to AJ because he coached AJ.
Yeah, I played for him a year in Cincinnati. He is the man
He
from
doesn't
day
have fond
one.
memories of that, apparently.
Yeah, they made
I
you,
do.
he didn't make you a video.
That was after. Oh well, yeah. I mean, I wasn't. Yeah, I got cut. I wasn't retiring.
They told me it
He's
was
crazy
over.
too. Every year he does these trips. Like he'll go by himself to hike the Grand Canyon, or he'll go out into the middle of Bangladesh and go up in the mountains with no phone, no nothing for a week by himself. Yeah, you know, right, AJ? Like he's been doing this his whole life. It's crazy.
Seen pictures of it.
Not focusing on ball. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm happy the coach for the Colts is still locked in. Happy I don't got to get this guy. Happy I don't have to have a guy that can hike the entire Grand Canyon in the offseason and then have the number one defense in the history of football throughout the entire fall. What a weapon. Good luck to him. A lot of jobs obviously open. Let's move on. Let's talk about those jobs being filled by whom. AQ has a question for you.
Live.
Don't do that.
AQ, shut up. What did we
It's not a challenge for you. It's not a challenge for you.
Son of a bitch.
Take it down.
Thank you, AQ.
We should cancel this giveaway.
I missed that one.
Yeah, exactly. AQ, way to
I
go.
thought you were pointing at me. I was scared.
Way to go, AQ.
Perfect camera cut to him.
Dude, sack of bones.
Man of the people.
That's like four of them so far.
Congrats, AQ. You might get a shot to go to the game.
Hey.
No, this doofus can't remember the other one.
Expelled from the game.
I'm trying to get to the game. It's a tough ticket to come by, apparently.
Yeah, well, you're not invited, especially because you're ruining the goddamn giveaway.
Okay.
Now, can we get to your question, please?
Sure.
That was outrageous. This is not what this is supposed to be.
I mean, just said it. Just said it. Don't fucking do it again.
I got
okay?
excited. I saw it. I got
live.
excited.
We need 4 more.
No, there's.
Yeah,
I'm not going through
Yeah,
it.
don't.
It started with Let's, remember. It started with Let's. That was the first one that we had. We did give that one away because we wanted to introduce people to the concept.
Yeah.
Let's. And now we're in the middle of.
You dickhead.
There's watching it.
Sorry.
Let's watch football live.
D-Bot!
What are you
sorry?
Hey!
It's the sentences come together now. Okay.
This is dumb.
Wow.
All right,
too
please.
many.
Next one's going to be on. Last one's going to be ESPN. Let's watch football live on ESPN.
Listen, you can certainly take
Yeah.
guesses
Tweet
if
it.
you'd like to. If
Tweet
you
it.
would like to take guesses, you certainly can. I'm sure you can multitask right now. Make sure you get the hashtag right, okay? Hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search.
It's a long hashtag. Long hashtag.
Yeah, it's supposed
You
to be
want to go to
difficult.
the game or
It's supposed to
not?
be
This is
difficult.
the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then guess what? Tomorrow there'll be a new one, Jage. And guess what it'll probably start with? Hashtag.
Ah, man. What's it becoming? Once a week now?
Yeah. I mean, it's end of season. There's a lot going on. Hashtag PMS SeatGeek. And then tomorrow will be another word.
Another maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
PMS SeatGeek, another giveaway.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe that one will be about having to find a picture of Stanford Steve in public whenever he's not comfortable.
Oh, like where's Waldo?
Yeah, that might have to come together pretty quick.
That's a great idea.
But we'll do that for the next one.
Okay.
Okay, that's how these come together, Jage. Okay, so if you have any good ideas and would like to be a part of the solution and not the problem, we are certainly open to any ideas tomorrow for a new giveaway. Okay, today's was figured out an hour and 40 minutes before the show started. Tomorrow we're open to ideas. Well, especially when people ruin it. Like you and Age and you.
And Bunch.
No, that's the last one.
Bunch
That's the last
more than
one.
anyone
That's the
damn
last
near.
one. It's two
23
more.
minutes left.
It's not the last one. Okay, you're saying it's the last one.
I'm
You
saying that's
ruined?
the last one. I'm partaking in.
Me
Yeah,
too.
sure.
I'm done.
Sure.
I'm done partaking.
That's because you're not going to
It's
be
the
able to see the
reaction.
others.
You can't control it. It's just instinct.
Football
you can't
players,
control it. It's ball's in the air. You go and grab it. It's like on 4th down when an interception's up there and you should let it drop, but you don't.
Never.
grabbed that thing.
Never. Always pick it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a punt. It feels like he's giving this to me on purpose. Yep, he did. Thank you, the contract. And we're going to keep it rolling. Go ahead, AQ, please. Let's move forward as opposed to ruining the giveaway today.
Disgusting.
There's so many assistant coaches up for head jobs, JJ, and obviously there's so many variables with good players, good scheme, all these different things. How do you determine what makes a good head coach today?
We've gone over this before, and my personal thoughts on our CEO type. Like, I think it has to be somebody that can relate to everybody on the roster. It can't just be a guy who is good with the X's and O's and can make an offense run really well or a defense run really well. You have to be able to relate, and you have to be able to lay out your vision for the entire building. because you are now the number one person in the building in terms of setting the standard every single day for how people are coming to work, how they're attacking their work, how much attention to detail they are placing on everything. It all trickles down from you. If you're lackadaisical on stuff, the rest of the building is going to be lackadaisical, and that is going to play out over time. If you are locked in on every single detail and you're setting the vision every single day for how this is going to go, and then you're living it, everybody else has no choice but to live up to that standard that you are setting. And that's what it becomes. And you can't be going in there hoping to be everybody's friend. Yes, you need to know everybody, know their personality, how they're motivated, how they're pushed, but you can't be trying to be everybody's friend every single day. You have to be the tough ass sometimes that is going to make people elevate their level. And that's hard to do. It takes a strong personality. It takes a strong person. You can't just be a good play caller.
Takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of juice, takes a lot of football IQ, takes a lot of emotional, what was that, quotient?
Yeah.
Emotional
EQ.
EQ in this entire thing. It takes a lot to be a leader, especially of a football team that's filled with a bunch of dudes who have very high confidence, a lot of egos, a lot of personalities. So being able to keep everybody on the same page, and it's not just players that have a lot of ego and a lot of personality and everything like that. These coaches got a lot of egos too. I mean, there's a lot that you have to manage, especially as the CEO. I agree with you. I think the person should not have their head in the call sheet whenever they're the head coach. There's a lot of other things you have to deal with. But if you're an elite play caller, I mean, I guess that's why you get hired. I think Sean Payton's still doing it too. Like Andy Reid.
He's also a CEO, though. McVay is like, he's both. He's an unbelievable play caller, but you can also tell, like, they march to the beat of his drum.
And a name that never gets mentioned in the CEO conversation.
Yeah, Jage, what do you think about Sirianni in the whole Eagles situation? Because he is that CEO, but he's also an offensive guy, and now the whole conversation around the Eagles is how, Jalen Hurts has had 5 OCs in 5 years. Do you think at a certain point, if you are that CEO, that it would benefit the team to maybe, hey, turn your boat a little bit in one direction so that Sirianni could focus on the offense and there's a little continuity with play calling? Or do you think that is kind of where that CEO balance comes in and Sirianni just needs to find a guy that's going to be there for longer than a year before, getting a head coaching job or, kind of melting like Patullo did?
Yeah, no, it's a great question because you cycle through these guys every single year, and it is very difficult. Like there's obviously guys, I mean, McVay has a tree that keeps turning guys out and keep going on, but it's very hard to keep replenishing that reservoir and having a guy ready to step into the offensive coordinator role at all times. And clearly they've gone through a few here, and this year didn't go the way that they wanted it to. So sometimes the best option might be for him to take that role on himself if he feels there's nobody else to do it. But that's the cycle you get in, whether it's obviously on the good side when you're playing well and people want your offensive coordinators, or unfortunately on the bad side where the coordinator doesn't live up to it. But it's so hard. I don't think people understand and appreciate exactly how difficult it is to find a good enough guy to fill that role every year, but also on the player's side to now be dealing with a new voice, both as a personality in the room, but also as a play caller and how they go about their business.
All right, we might have some breaking news that happens here in like 3 minutes. If we do that, Jage, we'll drop you, then we'll call you back immediately afterwards. Until it actually happens, we obviously we will continue this convo. But there, the Texas Active, I don't want to say journalism, but hashtag.
What a tease.
Well, yesterday too, there was one of these that happened in the middle of the.
This is massive news.
Love that I can't be a part of it. That's awesome.
Call right back.
It's a computer.
Never mind.
Yeah,
I think we just got kicked out of it too. Brand new text. I think we just got kicked out of it as well. I think somebody else is going to get this.
Damn it.
Then let's just do it.
Well, we don't know the answer.
Did you put the eyes out?
We don't know well, something's coming.
If you put the eyes out, it's going to come.
Got to put the eyes out.
Can we, now that we don't have it, can we at least say what it's somewhat in regards to?
I don't want to ruin this.
The future.
This guy's thing. It's a decision being made for the future of a player.
Okay.
Let's continue to.
Well, we all know that. I mean, I understand why I'd be kicked off because would that face be replacing my face?
Yes.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah,
I don't think it does. This one seemingly way left field, like out of nowhere for us to potentially be the ones to break the news. Granted, Chris Richards, U.S. Men's National Team Player of the Year. Did you see? I mean, Jades, we got depth around here. Mm-hmm. Okay, we got depth around here.
I was shocked. I thought I was supposed to be on, and then I saw him pop on, and I was like, wow, these guys are doing soccer, and it's not me having to push it. This is incredible. Good for them.
Oh, you thought it was good that we had Crystal Palace stud on?
I'm just happy that you're broadening your horizons and you're coming around and you're learning more about the sports so that the ignorance level can drop down a little bit.
What do you mean by sport? I can bend a ball like I'm Beckham. What do you?
Yeah, you could before you tore your hip flexor.
Well, that is true. I have not kicked a soccer ball since. We will have to see what has happened. I mean, that's a great way to end your soccer career, though, as an old man.
It is.
Kick a free kick out of the stadium, out of the camera shot, tear your hip flexor in the process, drag your carcass to the sideline, say, yep, it's been a good time. I'm on way too much science right now to be that explosive on my leg without doing that in the past. You know, that feels like that is what happens normally. And it did. You remember that pool of blood I had?
Oh, yeah, ton.
That was tough. That was a bad day.
It's a gross injury. Yeah, it's not fun.
I was getting yelled at. Who is the big man? English soccer stud? Zat, yeah, what's his last name?
Zat Knight.
Zat Knight, yeah, there it is. Zat Knight, English soccer stud. You and him were obviously.
Yeah, dueling.
You know, that was a good time seeing you two, Godzilla, King Kong go after each other, bang, boom, boom, boom.
Banging in the box.
You guys weren't banging. You're backing it up on him a little bit. He was certainly giving it to you. And
You guys should have to enter a team of the men in the Thunderdome.
We're not
They should
doing
have to enter a
TST
team.
ever again. Yeah, that is.
Good run.
Oh.
Neither. Same here, brother.
Yeah,
Same here.
it's a lot. I mean, it was fun. It was great.
Yeah, it was a great experience.
It was. It was an incredible experience. Had fun.
2 years just like Tahoe.
Exactly. It was a blast. That's a lot of time being committed to something.
Exactly.
Like
in the middle.
And I love the boys that were on the team. Okay, I appreciate that. But it feels like maybe we were the ones bringing them down. Those dudes should have won, right? Some of those guys on that team are unbelievable.
I mean, you had about 40 of them.
They're all good, too. Like, all these dudes were good. They should have won TST at some point by now, and they haven't. So it's like, is it CONCAFA's fault? Is it our fault? And it's like,
There's
do I
some
want
good
to
teams
commit?
out there, man.
Then you have the GM of the year.
I'll tell you what, Mike Foss worked his ass off on that thing. He was negotiating through everything. But I don't know if we had, you know, I feel like teams played together a lot before we got there. Like the teams that won looked like they were.
Dude, was that Jamaican team? That Jamaican team was insane.
The Rovers, I believe.
Reggae Rovers.
The Reggae Rovers.
Yeah.
They were insane. Guy fouls me as soon as I get on the pitch, you know, let me know what it is. I'm like, I love that. Guy put his shoulder right in the middle of my chest, little guy. I'm like, I love what you just did right there. I respect it. But I think they play together a lot. And then that other team. Who's that other team that had.
That like travels. That
yeah,
plays.
Dallas. The team from Texas, I think they were a team from Texas. They play a lot together. Our crew, because, you know, we're selecting from all over the place, I don't know how often we're getting together, so we might slow them down. But TST was a hell of a run.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck to all parties going forward. Now, I wonder what time that thing's going to happen.
No news? Do we have news or no
Let's see if I
news?
got
Or?
news. No. I'm
my
sorry.
own show,
I'm sorry, brother, is the text.
Oh, no.
That means I was trying to do some journalism, you know.
Damn.
I guess it's not as easy as
You
as
don't
I
do
thought.
journalism. You don't do journalism. You do not like that.
We do journalism, though. I think.
What is journalism?
That's what I'm saying.
But I thought you didn't. What? I'm so confused.
That's the part of the problem is nobody listens to the words I'm saying. You know, everybody listens to the sound. They don't listen to the words. I've already made it very clear what I hate. I hate the journalists that hate sports. And it's obvious that they hate sports. That is who I hate. I hate sports journalists who hate sports. That is what I hate. And I think there's a lot more of those than people expect. I stand by that. I stand by that. Now, I do appreciate the sports journalists, though, for the good of ball, have to do what they have to do and been committed to sports. I do like those people. I should have added that on at the end. Maybe I didn't, you know, properly say I salute to the journalists that have done their thing for sports for a long time. And for a while there, you know, the OGs of sports journalism, which could have potentially built the God complex that some of them started to have, they were really the only people that you would get any information from. Now, I mean, doofuses in Indianapolis can just go ahead and turn on the internet and just kind of do it. You know, we're sort of a very different time right now. We just think if you like sports, that should lead you to sports journalism as opposed to like hating sports and like wanting to ruin sports and being a journalist and grandstanding the entire time while doing it. That's just my thoughts. I might be wrong, but we'll see. Time will tell. History will decide who's
Well,
right.
and also the Sal Capagios and the Art Stapletons of the world, they know you respect them. You know what I mean? They know.
Yeah, and that is who we respect.
Exactly.
Down in Houston, I think there's like a group. There's a group of them down there. That are
Charles
like,
Robinson was living in his car for
John
the Houston
McClain.
Texans.
Yeah, there are sports journalists that we certainly have respect for. And there are sports journalists that we think are terrible for sports.
Mad Mel?
Mad Mel is good for sports.
Not a journalist.
Yeah.
No, but you're good for sports as a journalist.
good for sports.
Draft
I
expert.
do enjoy Mad Mel. Love Mad.
Well, Mel Kiper Jr. also good for sports. I think he loves sports.
He does.
I think Mel Kiper Jr. loves ball. I mean,
I think he does. You have to do that.
Yes, exactly. I think he loves ball, so I respect it. If you love ball, like I respect it, if you're trying to do good for ball. If you're trying to do terrible for ball, and people are going to say, well, not everybody can just hype things up, then it becomes propaganda. I get it, okay? There's investigative journalism and things like that, which I have respect for. But, like, not everybody can just be a miserable, what's terrible, how do we write about what's terrible? It's like, is that journalism? Is that the separator of journalism and then having information? I don't know. But I thought we were going to do some journalism there with the breaking news.
Damn it. Full circle that we are.
Is somebody else doing it?
Do not,
Yeah, somebody else got it. Real journalism.
It's like, can we see it? Is it coming out? Who's going on?
Excited to talk about it.
Network.
We don't know what the answer is, though. So that's the thing. And this is a moment for somebody, so I'm going to let them kind of do it. It's not somebody that you would necessarily say.
It's going to be like oh.
I got a good guess.
They've been on the program before.
Yeah.
I would not
How much do they weigh? How much do they weigh, you think?
I would not give that answer.
Okay.
More than 10 pounds.
Under 275 or over 275?
Don't worry about it.
Under 275.
Okay. I never.
Have you seen them in person in the last 3 weeks?
I'm not giving that answer.
Male or female?
I think, AJ, I think we might be, I don't know if you're in the same as me, but I think we might be.
I'm not giving that answer.
You don't know
Male or
shit.
female?
I'm not giving that answer.
Male or female?
It's a male.
I thought it was all right. I thought it was, yeah.
I didn't like that I just did what you guys did to the giveaway there. I should not have given that away. I should not have said, I said I didn't like that.
I think I got it.
All right, write it down. We'll hear it here.
Use the hashtag PMS SeatGeek Workshop.
No, that is not a part of the ticket giveaway. All right, let's move on. Let's talk a little bit of ball and not missed journalism opportunities on our end. Go ahead, D-Bud.
Yeah, we got a great slate of games this weekend with the final 8 facing off. And honestly, with all 8 of these teams, you can kind of make an argument of why not only they can win this weekend, but go on to the Super Bowl. What's your most intriguing matchup from this weekend in your eyes?
Oh, it's a great question. That's a great question. I am looking forward. I mean, obviously, the Texans game is the one I'm most looking forward to. I think that everybody's been on the Patriots all year about their schedule and wanting to say that, their schedule wasn't great. That's why they were good. Well, this is an awesome test for them against that defense. See how that offense performs against this Texans defense. That's been a buzzsaw for everybody. It's a great, great opportunity, and I'm really excited about that game. I think the Bears games have become must-watch TV. I think you have to tune in. And when you got Stafford and what happened last week in Carolina, come down to the end, and then you have the Bears with everything that happens in the fourth quarters of games with them, this is going to be awesome. Looks like it's supposed to be freezing cold. I made my statement last week about open-air stadiums in downtowns. We got Soldier Field, downtown, open air. That picture that's going around the internet's awesome. I don't know why you'd want to leave that. That should be great. I would say, myself personally, Texans game is the one I'm most looking forward to.
How do you feel about the Vrabel-D'Amico joust here? Like, honestly, how do you feel about those two battling? Because inevitably, that's what this comes down to, right? Like, McDaniels is going to be the one calling the plays, but all of that, Vrabel's in on all of it, right? And then D'Amico's in on all of it. It's Matt Burke versus Josh McDaniels, but ultimately, Vrabel-D'Amico in on the entire thing. Go ahead, D-Lo.
And to the point that we were talking about earlier with the CEOs versus play callers, I just kind of went down the list. Could be wrong. I think D'Amico and Vrabel are the only kind of CEO types left. I think the other 6 are all offensive or defensive play callers as the head coach.
And D'Amico just handed over, I think, right? This
But
past
early in the season.
No, but I'm saying this is new for D'Amico, I think, to be the CEO role as opposed to the coordinator. But inevitably, it comes down to those brains kind of coming together. What are your thoughts on that? How do you think the joust kind of goes?
Yeah, and I do think that they both are similar in the fact that they don't call the plays, but they do have their hands in it all, and they do affect how everything goes forward. I mean, between those two, they're both two very tough, very gritty, very intellectually smart guys who are in tune with their locker room, who are dialed in with the players, who are going to get the absolute most out of them from a motivational and a technique and assignment standpoint. So it's going to be a battle. I think we've obviously seen Vrabel use the rules in every inch of the rule book to find every advantage he can, which is really smart. He's been doing it for a very long time, and he's great at that. So I'm interested to see if there's any new things that come out. And for the Texans, we just saw it this last game. They have to get their pre-snap stuff figured out. They have to get the fumbles, the snaps, the pre-snap penalties, and everything that comes along with that. You can't have those. And then the red zone. The red zone's been an issue all year.
Divisional round is going to be special, and then that leads into Monday night, the national championship. We will not talk to you until after the Natty. How do you feel that game goes? Obviously, two very tough, very physical, sweet coaches battling down there. It could be a home game for Miami, or could be a Hoosier invasion down there in the Hard Rock, like it was at the Peach Bowl.
It's incredible to see what Cignetti's done and to like know how he's ruined things for other coaches, where anybody's going to look at them and be like, hey, why can't we turn this thing around in a year? And people can be like, well, we don't have 5 stars. I'm like, Cignetti didn't have 5 stars. Like, he turned it around in a year, and they're one of the most dominant teams in history. Now, I also grew up with orange and green bed sheets with U flag over my head. I had Nike ID'd Miami Hurricane shoes. I met Devin Hester at the airport one time when I was in high school, and it was the coolest thing ever for me to get a picture with him. So I got to go down there and train. I think it was like a year or two ago, and Coach Cristobal let me use all their facilities, and the kid in me thought that was really cool. So this is a really, I think Miami's the last team to play in their own stadium. It was at the Orange Bowl, which was an iconic stadium. So Indiana, I don't see how they lose, man. They're just crushing people. They're beating the shit out of everybody they play. And Fernando Mendoza he's like a science experiment. It's incredible.
Every play. And the science experiment ends up with success. I mean, his efficiency is outrageous. More touchdowns than incompletions through the playoff run. He doesn't throw like 30, 40 times to put up the numbers that he's putting up. He throws like 18 times, 20 times, and every one of them is a dot, perfectly seated. And then they got a good run
there.
Game. Go ahead, Jay.
Sorry.
No,
right there in that picture, Bob Bostad, the offensive line coach of the Indiana Hoosiers. He was our offensive line coach at the Wisconsin Badgers when I was there. We had 7 All-Americans. We had offensive linemen going into the NFL left and right. Offensive line coach and strength coach are the 2 positions you should hire first in any organization when you're trying to be successful. That's him right there on the left holding the card. Bob Bostad. I think that's him, actually. Now that I've
play, get him off. Sure. It was a blurry picture. Obviously, you think.
But Bob Bostad, unbelievable offensive line coach, and I am sure he is one of the reasons they're having success there.
Well, we appreciate the hell out of you, Jade. You're the absolute best. And as this hour wraps up here on ESPN and we continue digitally, just know that all 6 words have been displayed.
What? They have?
Yeah.
What?
And the last 2 haven't been ruined by the people that are already
I have my card if this news ever breaks.
AJ, so much self-control.
Yeah, AJ saw one of the words on the lower third.
Last 2.
While he's, oh, really? Jade, you should have seen him. His face.
got real close.
Right here on this back wall, you know, like you guys are on his side. As soon as it popped up on the screen while you were talking, AJ's face just as close as I've ever seen. Didn't say anything. We appreciate that.
I didn't want to interrupt you. Yeah.
We hope whoever saw all the words puts them together, puts them on X, use the hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search, and maybe you could win. We'll continue. We'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye. Feel like I got a lot of words in there.
That's good.
Did forget the hashtag there.
Be a friend, tell a friend.
I know, I missed it.
Be a friend, tell a friend. How do they know now? Nobody knows that there's going to be no friends in the world.
You think Bob Barker ever missed the spade and neutered line? Ever?
No.
Fuck!
Never.
Why was he so big on that?
Because he's sick of all these dogs running around.
Especially in L.A., you know? Bunch of stray dogs just running around fucking all the time.
It's gross. It's not healthy for, I believe, the female dog at a certain age to as many times. So I think there is some thing that happened.
I just wondered what made him get on that. Like, what? Yeah, why was that his
He was
thing?
heavy on that train. Yeah.
Every show. Which leads me to saying, I would never. Why would I ever hold myself to a Bob Barker level of fucking hosting? Yeah, right. What a joke. Did you
How
see
many
that
do you think
for a
you've
minute?
missed? How many do you think you've missed saying that?
A lot more than Bob. Not a lot. Not a lot, though. Not that many, I think. It's just a thought.
You guys remember Bozo? Bozo?
Oh, yeah.
The clown?
Yeah. That was a cool show. It just made me think of it. When they did that bucket thing at the end, Bozo was cool.
I don't think I ever watched Bozo. Cartoon?
No.
No, real clown.
live action.
Actually, pretty scary now that I think back on it.
What channel would this be? C-Dub?
PBS.
It was PBS.
PBS show?
Bozo the Clown.
Yeah.
Right.
I didn't know people watched PBS shows growing up.
Yeah. Had a few. Arthur was on there.
Arthur. Yeah, man.
PBS had a few hours throughout the day.
Arthur's that little bear.
Magic School Bus.
Didn't have many
That's
channels.
Winnie the Pooh.
There weren't that many channels.
Is that a Reading Rainbow as well?
Arthur was an art bar.
I watched Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, I watched that.
PBS.
Such sick glasses.
Dragon.
They had that
Tales.
lady that stretched in a chair. Like sometimes if you stayed on it too long, you got caught in the one where the lady just sits in a chair and she just does stretches.
Pink background.
What show was that?
Yeah, it was a lady. It was Chair Olympics, I think she was doing. She was doing chair fitness, I mean.
Yeah, chair fitness for older folks.
It's a porno thing, Jage? What is it?
No, it's just a lady in a chair. It's no boner.
Squiggly lines?
That's different.
Squiggly channel?
Different.
This right here.
Oh, like aerobics type stuff for older people?
Yeah.
Aesthetics.
You could
Yeah, like if you're stuck in your chair but you still need to get some blood flow, I guess that could also be something else. Yeah.
When's this news?
Is this news coming
All
or
right.
what?
Yeah, so it is.
Can we get his guess at
I was
least?
gonna say flip the card.
No, we
Well,
don't.
I can't flip the card. I can't flip
Yeah,
the card because
I
I
don't
think
know.
I'm right.
I don't know when it's going to happen. Can you just maybe text the picture of it and we'll say you were right or wrong?
Yeah, man, clearly. I know when I'm getting
If
shoved
you take him off and show him off.
No, you're not getting shoved off. I got to go pee. So if you want to come, you want to hold? You want to hold?
Is Dano getting a head coaching
I'll just
job?
do the
Is that
show
what it is?
solo for the next 5 minutes while you guys go on break. I'll just talk to America.
All right.
Good luck.
On
Sounds good.
YouTube. Is everybody going to the bathroom, or is this just going to be 5 minutes?
5?
My talk. All right. So, this is the Pat McAfee Show. Wednesday, January 14th, 2026. Congratulations on everybody who made it to this year. You made it through the holidays. You're doing great. You probably started a New Year's resolution, and a lot of you have probably given up by now. You know what? Get the fuck back on the horse. Get yourself back on the resolution train. If you said you wanted to get to the gym, go to the gym. After work today, hop in your car. Don't go to the fast food restaurant. Get to the gym, hop on the elliptical. Let's do some sets. And then let's get ourselves a nice healthy dinner. Stop at the grocery store, pick something up, make yourself a dinner. Let's get successful today. Drink a little bit of water. Oh, it's a beautiful day to have a beautiful day. I really wonder how many people are in the studio right now listening to me talk while I'm just here on the screen all by myself. Probably Connor, because he went to the bathroom before the show and was prepared. Ty is 1,000% in the bathroom right now, probably creating a line because he's taken so long. What do you think the toilet paper consumption of the Thunderdome is on a daily basis? I would imagine 3 rolls a day. I think that the Thunderdome utilizes 3 rolls of toilet paper per day. Go ahead and use hashtag PMS show, Pat McAfee Show, PMS, hashtag PMS show. Tell us how many rolls of toilet
This
paper.
is disgusting. Okay, hashtag JJ Watt Show, JJWS. How many rolls of toilet paper? And you'll win an autographed JJ Watt jersey. I will say, phenomenal work. While I was going to the bathroom, I could hear you. I did think about my resolutions that I gave up on. I did think about drinking water. You know, I thought about getting back into it. Thank you for allowing a bathroom break now. Connor was here, okay? Also, surprise, Ty was here as well. They were kind of just they're kind of just letting you go.
I've been meaning to ask.
Did I get a haircut?
Yeah.
No, I didn't.
Okay. Moving on.
Okay, so they were just kind of letting you go. D-Butt was here. AQ was here. I literally just...
Nobody's jumping in. I could
No.
have had a full show, guys. We could have done a show.
Yeah, but you said you wanted to do it yourself there. So and I don't know if you threw to the stage ever. You could have threw to the back room too. Foxy definitely going to be there.
Oh, yeah.
Right, because he's on the thing. So next time that happens, no, you got the back room definitely. So you can definitely do a throw to there.
All right.
There was a time where I heard you thinking about throwing to something, and then you didn't know what we had. It felt like is what was happening.
I assumed that you just took me off the air and I was talking to myself for 3 minutes.
No, we'd never do that. Why would we ever take that? Also, still here, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey, baby.
Did you take a bathroom break?
I hopped off for a minute, but then I did see you were you continued to go, so that was good.
He also
What did you do?
bottle under table. You know how he operates.
No, I got to sprint downstairs quick and then get back in time.
So, but you took a minute break, but you didn't go to the bathroom.
I lit a cigar, hung out for a minute, and then popped back on with you.
Just took a breath. That's what age did.
I feel like
I thought we were popping off on the show. I thought we were dropping off.
I certainly popped off. We all popped off, kind of, but Jage maybe popped off the most. Gave a great speech.
I heard resolutions. You're saying get back on your resolutions, right?
Did you have one?
No, I've never really set a resolution. Did you? What's yours?
No. I live my resolution 24/7, brother.
Hell yeah! December 31st doesn't mean anything. It means another day to be great. Yeah, I love that. I do love that. Jage, that's awesome. You need to do more motivational speeches, by the way, from what I heard during that little break. Adam Schefter just broke some news. Adam Schefter is reporting that Oregon quarterback Dante Moore is planning to announce his decision about whether he will or won't enter the NFL draft on SportsCenter at 2:30 Eastern Standard Time.
Fuck! SportsCenter?
Whoa.
Is this your news?
That was the news, yeah. He was going to join.
I was way off. AJ, what was your guess?
Jage thought it was
I
Aaron.
didn't have an official guess, but yeah.
You thought it was Aaron?
I did.
Jage?
Well, I first did, but then when you said out of left field, I was going with Calais Campbell. I was going with Calais.
Oh.
That's a good guess.
That's a very good guess. And also, to Calais, just saw him last week. My man. If you would like to say anything or do any stuff, we would love to host you. We're a massive fans of yours. Not only incredible on the field, okay, which he is, and the durability is outrageous. Off the field, incredible.
Yes.
Gives back to everyone.
Calais is unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. One of the best guys, also one of the best players. Great human.
And built like a superhuman.
Yeah.
You know?
It's ridiculous.
And one of those guys
he's gigantic.
Yeah, who sounds like he should sound at that size.
Yeah, there's no confusion.
Yeah.
When the voice comes out, you go, of course.
Yep.
Of course is the voice. And then also always supports the boys.
Yep.
Like in every single, literally every arrests are happening.
Yeah.
Charity events are happening. Dinners are happening. Maybe we're having a night out is happening. It's like Calais was like a quarterback the way he kind of led and kind of got around. He was Calais, a special guy.
Has not decided either. Talked to him right before. What was the last one we were at? Fiesta Bowl?
Yep.
Talked to him right before the Fiesta Bowl. Hasn't made his decision. Year 19, I believe.
He
a few games away from the record.
He was the one that really amplified my ADD at that game. So we're doing game day on the sideline, Miami sideline. We're doing game day on Miami sideline.
I saw it.
So I'm sitting there just like this at the end of the table because Kirk was going to do his thing with Peter, and then he's got to call the game. So I sit in the Kirk seat. So I'm not looking straight this way. I'm looking at everybody walking onto the field. This is where everybody is really walking onto the field. And it's just a parade of who's who, you know? Then there was like a shuffle of a group of people, and then Calais was fucking a foot and a half above the rest of the crowd that he was walking, and it was impossible not to see him. So then I look over, I start laughing, and I point at him, and he goes, "What up?" You know, like with his voice comes right over, starts talking to me. Have to say hello to this man. Have to say hello to Calais Campbell. What year did you play with? Where did you play? At Arizona with him, or did you ever play with him?
No, I just know.
That's how we all.
Big fan.
I feel like everybody around the league is a fan of that guy. We don't have his breaking news though.
It's too bad.
Maybe next week.
Invitation to break the news on here whenever you decide, Calais.
Jage.
There you go.
I love what you're doing these days. Now, do you want to do In the Trenches with us and maybe judge AQ Shipley's judgment of the offensive lines that performed during Super Wildcard Weekend?
I don't think that would be fair.
Why?
Wow.
Not?
Fair.
Wow.
What's that?
I'm a defensive guy. I don't like offensive linemen as much as AQ does. So I would have much more. I would have many more negative thoughts because I'm a defensive guy.
Journalism. Is that not good for journalism? Isn't that what we're kind of looking for?
We got to see both
I
sides.
don't want to get yelled at on. I don't want to get yelled at on X for being a journalist.
No one's yelling.
Nobody's yelling at anybody.
No.
Okay, there was a
There's
couple
a lot of
capital
caps.
letters.
A lot of caps. A lot of caps.
Do a lot of caps in these words. Just put emphasis on certain words. Okay. You know, because if they all look the same, it's like you're not getting the complete context of how I'm delivering here. Hey, this one matters. Okay, I'm putting a little bit of sauce on this one because the delivery of the whole story, you got to fucking know what we're talking about and what we're not talking about. You know what I mean, Jake?
Oh, yeah.
But I wasn't
Yeah,
yelling.
I do. I do.
Wasn't yelling.
I
at
understand your. I understand your tendencies. I would imagine that we're in getting. Oh yeah, age, get after it. I would imagine that we're in Steve Jobs quote territory coming up soon here.
Yeah.
Man in the Arena territory coming up soon.
I don't do the man in the arena, please. Everybody uses that. Even though it's a great speech. I will say
Great quote.
It is a very, very, very good speech. The Steve Jobs one about people that built the world not being smarter than you, yeah, that's the one. I mean, it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I would imagine we're like sometime, I would say probably 3 weeks away, maybe 4 from that being heavily involved in the rotation.
Up to something season. Yeah, you know the deal. You get the calendar. You get it.
Mhm.
We're actually
And then
pretty
we all scramble and try and figure out what's he up to, what's he going to do, what's on the horizon.
Hey, this next one's outrageous. These next 2, I think, are outrageous. Would we not all agree?
I would agree. Yeah, next 3, really.
Yeah, I guess the next 3 are that are kind of cooking right now in the up to something season. You know,
Have there been any non-outrageous ones?
Fascinating question. There's been a couple.
A couple days ago.
What's that?
That I didn't like. I
What-
told you.
What's that?
I don't think it made it to the final cut.
What's that? Oh, I like this. I don't know.
Come on.
I like that.
No, we were back there. We were all back there.
Oh, okay. So everybody heard it. Everybody knows it.
I'm not sure. The one from yesterday?
No, it was maybe 2 days ago.
I don't think I remember.
We'll talk.
I love inside jokes. I'd love to be a part of it.
No,
we didn't know this inside joke was about to happen.
Really not sure.
The brain not keeping up. Now, on that note, probably incredible. But from the moment that happened until this exact moment, we got a couple up to something grills open. There's a couple. There's a couple up to something grills that are currently open right now. And I'll tell you,
Preheating, or we got fillets hitting the. Where are we at?
we are at a sizzle right now, brother. We are at a. What is the temperature? Number 1 trend worldwide. Hashtag PMS SeatGeek word search. It is.
Hell yeah.
It is an honor to be a part of something that can give folks so much hope that maybe they could win something.
Mm-hmm.
But we would like to say, whenever it's number 1 overall, it's going to be really hard to win these tickets.
Very hard.
I tried to scroll.
Do you know how hard it is to get the number 1 trend with that many letters in it? That's impressive. People took the time.
Jage, it's a fucking contest. Yeah, you need to have all those letters so that, people have to qualify for these things because you guys were already going, there it is right there, So we have to have some sort of thing, getting it right. But you're right. A lot of typing, a lot of focusing, especially back-to-back S's. Ooh, to the eyes, it could look like...
Oh, it's weird. That shouldn't be there.
But you got
Quite frankly, I'm shocked my toilet paper question isn't trending at number 1 right now. That's not,
It's climbing. It's climbing.
It's going to get there. JJWS. Winning an autographed J.J. Watt jersey?
Yes, please.
I think people are going to certainly want that. We don't know the answer to that question, though, because obviously there's different rolls of toilet paper used. So we do have to count.
Just a guess.
I think 3 was a decent guess.
Felt like a good over-under. A lot of wet wipes.
Do you guys have regular rolls in there, or are we doing industrial size like in a...
I believe it's just your basic, Cottonelle.
Charmin.
Charmin 4-ply. But I think we are probably more of a wet.
4-ply? Good Lord.
Yeah, satin sheets for the butt cheeks.
It's good. It's good paper. It is, and you need
Trying
that.
to bleed.
I would say most of the office though is our wet wipe guys.
Yeah, there's a lot of personal wet wipes brought in. There's a lot of wet wipes companies that send us wet wipes.
Great.
There's multiples of those. They do get used.
I see.
Only one for
I see we're no longer getting paid by the wet wipes.
one particular wet wipes brand is no longer a part of the operation. But
we're now calling them wet wipes is what we're doing. I see what's going on.
Well,
That's what they are.
There was always one superior.
I see.
Even when.
now, on that note, Dude Wipes supplied us with thousands.
They did.
And thousands of wet wipes. I will say we are nearing their end in the Thunderdome. 2 more wet wipe companies have started sending wet wipes to here, trying to get us to be a part of their business. We started, it's a cool name, and we got the best portable bidet for your butt.
I thought it was maybe the King was coming. If the King's not coming, you can just...
Who?
The Elvis of wet wipes.
Yeah, the King of wet wipes.
Who would have thought that people would just
Cottonelle.
be clamoring to sponsor something that touches Boston Connor's butt cheeks?
Who won it?
What the hell kind of world?
Who won it, brother? Get in line.
It's not about touching Boston Connor's butt cheeks. It's about helping.
Yeah, it's
Boston
about cleaning
Connor's
them.
butt cheeks. That's what it's about, brother.
Soaking them up.
People are literally fighting for the opportunity. Think about what you've built here. Like, you guys were a conglomerate of buddies from back in the day, and now people are sending things your way and millions of dollars of offers to try and be the one that gets to wipe your butt.
Yeah,
congratulations.
but if it's not the best in the market, we don't want to do it.
No, top dogs only.
So we appreciate that.
Unless they send the best offer, then you
that
consider it.
factors in sometimes,
Yeah.
but not with the butt cheeks.
I mean, now granted, there is certainly a balance of how much offer and what asking for. Like, need to know this one first before we even do this one. There's been a lot of big checks turned down just strictly because I didn't want to deal with the human on the other side of it, which is a hilarious thing for these people to have to hear because they never have to hear that. Well, here's ba ba ba. Well, you'll do ba ba ba. It's like, I don't want to work with you, so I'm not doing that because that would involve us having to communicate. So I'm out of here. Yeah, we're not going to do that. Thank you so much. And then there's other places that are like, hey, we got this much, and we like the product. Around here, we use the product, and the person sucks. And it goes like, all right, we can deal. We can deal with the suck person. We love what they offer. And then bang, they're also. So, it's always a balance. It's always a balance. But I think I take a lot more human element into it than maybe most business people, I think.
Good.
I say mean things to these people, though. And they write about it.
Necessary sometimes.
It's all right.
They do.
They're grown up.
They do.
Not all of them.
I guess there's more on the way.
Apparently the ratings are down for college football or something, even though they're up. I don't know. That was very confusing to me. I was very confused.
I'm not doing it strictly because it's for just, this sounds bad. I don't care about the ratings. This is another thing. Whenever you talk about doing business, I never looked at our numbers ever throughout our entire thing unless I had to go do a business thing. So if I had to show up with the numbers, like day to day, not looking, don't want to know. I don't want that to impact anything that we're doing, okay? Because then people start looking at like what brings numbers and then they just try to repeat it. And it's like, well, maybe that was just lightning in a bottle for that particular thing. Maybe you shouldn't turn your entire business into that. I think some people do that. So for me, literally, I don't really, and I think the boys would agree with that. Like, there's no forcing of anything. If we have something good, we're not going to kill it. Like, we're going to do it whenever it's needed. Mel Kiper Jr. is a great one. Rumor Mill is another great one.
Well, we had to, and that was one of those things we had to stop.
Well, and who knows if it'll come back. But there's that's why we don't do a lot of segs because, I don't, you know what I mean? It's hard for
Segs. I've never heard it called segs. I like that.
Welcome to the biz, kid. So the segs, segs don't always survive. Segs don't always survive. Segs aren't long sometimes.
Yeah.
Segs be short sometimes.
And we love it no matter what, but
and we enjoyed it.
Sometimes you just can't.
I'm appreciative of my seg. Thank you for the seg.
Your seg is a great seg. Great segs with JJ.
Yeah, well, had more, but then he took his seg and brought it to someone else.
Yeah, we had to get rid of one particular style of seg with you.
Everyone wanted to do that
because you took your seg somewhere else.
Seg within a seg.
Other people wanted to have more segs with him.
He just whipped that thing out again.
Yep.
Yeah.
Put the seg somewhere else. This is your words, not ours, brother. Okay, don't be grandstanding on us right now. Anyways, on that note, speaking of grandstanding, there's one man whose rankings of offensive linemen I care about. Everybody else, I appreciate it. This man has guided me to a couple big-time dubs because whoever has the best offensive line is normally going to win the game. It is time for a seg that is long, segs that is strong. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for In the Trenches, top performing offensive lines of Super Wildcard Week.
Yay! Here we go. Playoff football. Always start with the top 6 remaining winning teams. Obviously, 2 teams had a bye. So you had the Seattle Seahawks and the Denver Broncos not included in my rankings. But New England Patriots, they were the worst performing unit. San Francisco, second worst. Buffalo Bills, right in the middle. And then the LA Rams, Chicago Bears, and the Houston Texans. JJ, good thing you stuck around because they were the best O-line that performed this week.
The Denver Broncos had no chance. The Seattle Seahawks obviously had no chance to make their impact because they had a bye because they were the number 1 overall seeds. The New England Patriots being number 6. Jage, your thoughts on maybe that being a disruptor for the Houston Texans defense coming to Dahn?
Yeah, you obviously have to have a plan. There has to be a plan there. They've got a couple young bucks over there. You have to, with Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr., we saw the Buffalo Bills try and go 5-man protection on that Thursday night game, and it failed miserably. You can't try and protect with 5. Chips, move the pocket, everything else. Have to find a way to give Drake time.
Okay, so it's San Francisco 49ers at 5. That's abnormal, right, with the way Shanahan and that offense normally go?
Yeah, they've had their lowest yards per carry all year, and it continued against Philadelphia. They got beat up front a little bit. Trent Williams was still Trent Williams, but the other guys on that offensive line, they got to pick it up. They got to find a way Christian McCaffrey has to find a way to get that thing going because they just lost George Kittle, one of their best guys in the run game, obviously in the pass game, but also a great blocker. So Tongas needs to step up.
What is the play here that you wanted to showcase? Something they need to do more of or something you like?
No, all these plays are good plays. Let's take a look at the San Francisco 49ers right here. You get a little zone play to the left. It obviously starts with Trent Williams. Watch him run off the football. It's create width immediately. Then he just kind of hangs on. Look at Brendel, 64 downfield on Nakobe Dean. Puts him on the ground, and then McCaffrey needs more of this. If you can get him front side and then make the cut, that is when they are thriving. If he gets stopped before he gets to the front side, that's when they struggle.
McCaffrey's a machine.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything he does. He never gets tired. Jage, it feels like he never gets tired, McCaffrey.
I agree. Guy's incredible. He trains very hard. He takes good care of his body. Now, he's obviously had the injuries that come along with that, but he's stellar.
I can't believe the
Power
Broncos
plant.
leave the graphic.
Come
I don't like
on.
that the Broncos leave the bracket like that. The Broncos, Seattle didn't play. New England Patriots, worst of the wild card weekend, offensive line-wise, says AQ. Then the Niners. Buffalo Bills have a massive win down there with Josh Allen, the greatest. They didn't have their best game, is what it sounds like.
They didn't. They couldn't run the ball. But again, part of that's going against the number one rush defense in the league. And again, they're getting another tough defense again this week in Denver, and you're going to have to run the football. That's playoff football. You're going to have to find a way to run the football. They lost all the receivers. They've been decimated by injuries. But let's take a look at this play. This is one of their best run plays against Jacksonville, and it starts with their guy, Deion Dawkins. Watch him run off the football. Boom. Get him out, kick him out. Now watch David Edwards take his guy for a ride. Number 76 downfield, puts his guy on the ground. Got to play physical up front.
Yeah, I can't believe, and this is not a shot at Jacksonville because we obviously are big fans of Jacksonville. AJ, I can't believe we just completely forgot about Josh Allen in the fourth quarter standing there and going, oh, he's definitely going to win this game. That's what it feels like with Josh, does it not, Age?
Yeah, that's Josh. Every time, like if Josh has the ball, I feel like he's going to find a way to score. Honestly, always.
And we got Cooks making plays. Is that what? What is all over the place? Cook's the best, or James Cook's the best running back. Cook's also, right?
Brandon Cooks, yeah.
Yeah, he's also there.
Yeah. Still doing it.
I mean, it's insane that he's still going. And then Josh Allen, it's like he's unstoppable. I just don't fully comprehend how it works.
Tyrell Shavers, number 14 for them, rookie wide receiver. He tore his ACL, so this will be one of those again where if Josh Allen wins this game, it's unbelievable. Also a rematch of last year. Last year, Denver went to Buffalo in the first round of the playoffs. Buffalo beat the fuck out of them, and now a little redemption perhaps for Denver.
Okay, number 3, Los Angeles Rams. Number 2, Chicago Bears. Number 1, Houston Texans. The Texans' offensive line, best out of the Super Wildcard weekend while having that defense. That seems like a nice combo to have right now.
I saw a clip of D'Amico Ryans, and he said, if you can run the football and play good defense, you give yourself a chance. They couldn't throw the ball. They had turnovers. All the things kind of went against them in the passing game. But in the run game, they ran it well, ran for over 100 yards, and played phenomenal defense. Here it is, a little duo play. Classic play, juiciest cut in football. Backside A-gap, there it is. Out the back door. Woody Marks, he's been fantastic, the rookie out of USC.
Woody Marks runs hard.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Against the Colts, they went and took him in the tunnel to check him out for something. Like he walked right in front of the seats we had or whatever. It was like, oh, this guy's gone. That's great news. Then he walks back, got to the sideline, put his helmet on, and I think he had a 40-yard run. The first play, like literally I saw him 27 seconds before that. Then he gets back out there, seemingly incredibly tough, explosive, and pounds the rock.
Oh, yeah.
And I love that D'Amico says we're going to be defense, we're going to pound the rock. That's what, 1970s, 1980s football.
That's playoff football. It'll forever be playoff football. And C.J. Stroud, I doubt he'll play that bad probably ever again. He had a terrible performance on the outside in the cold. We'll see if how he handles the cold this weekend.
The center needs to fix his snaps because clearly that was an issue. He was sending those things back like rockets, and they were low. CJ's trying to keep his eyes downfield, and that ball's coming back 100 miles an hour at his knees. He's got to fix that.
And he got him at number 1. Is center not a part of the entire offense?
Good in the run game, but the snaps, that's what starts the play. You got to be better there. Clearly, C.J. Stroud wants to keep his eyes downfield. You got to give a nice little softball right here, right between the waist and the shoulders, right there, a little softball.
Now's not time to be practicing what that feels like coming out. Should probably already have that figured out. Number 1, Houston Texans offensive line. New England Patriots, number 6. I think we know which way AQ's going for your particular matchup.
Yeah, well, I'm not so sure, just because last year he did that whole song and dance with the number 1 team and then saying that they were going to lose. But we'll see. It's going to be a hell of a battle. I cannot wait.
Congratulations to these offensive lines.
Hell yeah.
Jage, any final thoughts on the Houston Texans, the Bears, and the Rams being the top 3 O-lines out of Super Wildcard weekend?
I would say that Houston Texans fans, especially to start out the year, were not pleased, or at least were not optimistic about that group, and they have clearly come together and found a way, so they deserve a lot of credit because that was a question mark coming into the year and even throughout some of the year. So kudos to them for getting it figured out and getting it right.
Yeah, and that's Nick Caserio. But to Jage's point, I've seen a lot of people kind of coming back around to everything they were saying early on, and Nick Caserio basically moving Tunsil and a couple other guys out of the building, and then for them to come alive like this has been ridiculous.
And then also shout out Ben Johnson and the Bears.
Mm-hmm.
Their first moves, we need offensive line.
That's right.
Immediately. Trade, pay. Let's go ahead and make this happen.
Tony, I mean, dude's record is it's insane. It's unbelievable. Doesn't know anything but winning everything all the time.
Ben Johnson's record is insane as a head coach. What he did over there.
Yeah.
Good to see Lil Wayne and Caleb back on the same page.
Yeah, yep.
Lil Wayne was just a little emotionally charged.
That's all.
Fucking cheesehead, dude. You think I want to lose to the Bears? Yeah, right. I don't think so. Sorry about it. And then Caleb saying, all love, Weeze. And he said it is Bears down, though. So I like that there's a little rivalry, maybe even off the field, Ty Schmidt.
Yeah, I mean, Weezy, obviously the biggest Packers fan there is. He knows that fucking roster inside and out. Doesn't miss a snap of any game. So I get my marching orders from him. So if he's putting the swords down with Caleb, I will sheath my sword as well, and I won't say anything else until next football season.
Weezy F, and the F stands for
fucking Packers fan.
I was gonna say football.
Friends. Oh,
okay, we're friends. Yeah.
All apply.
Friendly.
Yeah. Fucking A. Weezy, still doing it.
Yeah.
Hope he gets into the studio and talks about, has a green and yellow remix about how shit's going wrong, man.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be
I
great.
saw him talking ball with Talib and the boys.
He's pretty mainstay with Skip and Shannon, right?
Skip's on that show too, so maybe that's the relationship there.
Is that the Arenas, Gilbert Arenas?
I believe so.
I think Pac-Man was in there with Skip. I saw Pac-Man and Skip Bayless in the same video, and I was like,
need that.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is, I don't know what this is. I think it's Gilbert Arenas has expanded into football. I think they got a good roster too. From the people I saw talking, I was like, yes. So I'm going to have to go back and watch that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think
Weezy's locked in.
Weezy loves ball.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking loves the Packers.
I know.
What happens with him, Jage LaFleur? You think they're asking Weez?
Oh, what happens with him? It seems as though they're going for an extension. That's what it seems.
Schefter said last night it's up in the air.
How come they haven't done it then?
You got to get it moving then. I mean, you got to get it moving. These cycles, this thing is going to roll, and the people that got the first crack at it, now obviously you are the Green Bay Packers, so you would have candidates lining up without question, but you can't waste time in these things. Some of these teams interviewing like 15 different candidates. It's like,
these things talk to
I get it. You want to cast a wide net, but if you're doing good, legitimate interviews, it should take like almost a full day. And you don't have 15 days to be spending here.
Okay, so on all of those notes, don't you think with no ownership, so whose money is it? It's the Packers' money. If you were presented with what the market value is for your coach, Packers' money would say, yes, you spend that because that is what the market, our market, the NFL market is saying this is worth. So them allegedly not being at the same spot contractually, that feels like an interesting signal from the Packers from the jump, right? And that's kind of what I've been saying this entire time, but I might be just an idiot that I'm looking at it that way, because I guess the Green Bay Packers can't just pay everybody because they have no owner or whatever. It's like, but wouldn't the market kind of tell you that the market should give the money? Like that's just kind of a fascinating part of the entire
but then to replace him with somebody of that caliber or better, if you're going to try and replace him, you're going to have to pay more in theory. Correct.
Yeah, so I think that was an immediate signal like, well, that doesn't sound like that is going to go, because what else do you have to do? Win more games? Yeah, his record, he'd be like, I'm the fucking...
Yeah, winning the playoffs would be the thing he has to do, not win more games. But like you said, I mean, it basically sounds like they have a number set, and then the negotiation right now is, hey, is Matt LaFleur going to come down to the number that we have? Because clearly his agent or whoever is telling him, hey, you should be a top 5 paid guy in the NFL, and clearly, from what we've heard, the Packers don't view him that way.
So then you flip it. and you go from his perspective and you think, all right, look at these other open jobs, because he would be a hot candidate. And you say, would I take one of these other jobs and think I have a better chance for success than taking this number here and having a chance for success here? There's not many other jobs that you are set up to be successful immediately compared to where the Packers are right now, if you believe you're the coach to take them. There's a couple, but there's not many.
And what's the money differentiator there? You know, what is that number to pick up, move, go to new place? And also, if that number's kind of small, the Packers not moving when it's not anybody's money is that's just that's a very interesting situation over there. In his resume, to your point, every other team would be like, yeah, we'll take LaFleur. He's run a team before. He understands what the building is like. He's obviously had success. He's had to deal with old goats. He's had to develop a young guy. Like, the amount of things his agent can be selling, and look how many wins he's had, that can go anywhere, any of these jobs. Maybe above Harbaugh.
How wild the NFL is. One of those kicks goes in, like there's 7 points left on the board from kicks. Like, one of those kicks goes in. This isn't even a remote conversation talking about getting ready for the divisional round and everything's. It is wild how just these little tiny things change full-blown lives forever.
Do you ever think about that maybe with the ownership of these soccer teams?
Yeah, all the time. We had games earlier this year where we had Man United earlier this year, and in the 96th minute, they put in a goal at the end. Or we had Liverpool this year earlier where we had a chance to draw. Like, there's so many times.
Fire them.
And soccer's a game where it's even more like that, because the ball can hit the post and that ball is 2 centimeters inside. That's in the net, and it's a completely different game. Or VAR and refs, dude. It's the life-changing things that happen on sports fields with millions and millions of dollars and so many people's lives at play, and then all the fans in their daily lives and when they go to work the next day and their mental state and their emotional state. That's why it's so fucking awesome, dude. Sports is the greatest thing in the planet because of that.
Yes, it is. And that's why we think more people who cover it should love sports because of how amazing everything about it is. Speaking of amazing, there was some good D out there, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah. You kidding?
There was great D out there. I even put a tweet. I'm like, New England's slinging good D right now. They are. They're really doing it. Got a lot of people that didn't know the seg. A lot of people didn't know the seg.
Fools.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time to go everything DB, good D, bad D with DB.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, D-Botch.
Let's go, D-Botch, good D, slinging.
We won't start with the Patriots. We'll stay in the AFC East, though. Came down to the finish, but first pick of the game, Shaq Thompson's cover 2, split safety look. Not sure what Trevor Lawrence was looking at here, but great job keying the quarterback. This is all you talk about as an underneath defender. Key the quarterback, break on intentions, and then make a play on the football. Great job by Shaq Thompson. Dano talked about Buffalo Bills going into the playoffs being one of the best coverage unit. You always think about the DBs, but the linebackers are very important to the coverage unit as well. Great job by Shaq Thompson. I like Trevor Lawrence getting in there making a tackle on his pick as well, but great job by Shaq at underneath coverage, reading the quarterback, and then making the pick out of cover 2.
It looked like Andrew Luck. He cover a kick after an interception. And the Bills defense obviously had a big day. Trevor Lawrence was the hottest he had been in his NFL run yet. Did you see anything from Trevor that makes you believe that it won't continue in the next season against his Bills defense?
No, I still believe in him. It's just, it's playoff football, and everybody's going to be playing their best. And we know this Buffalo Bills defense and their coach, Sean McDermott, they're tried and tested in these situations. And you talk about Matt Milano. He was also in that clip outside of the other hook curl defender, Cole Bishop, Johnson, Tre'Davious White, who's played a ton of football, Benford. Like, they have experienced players back there that have played in a lot of high-leverage situations. I think Trevor Lawrence will be back, especially with Liam Cohen calling the plays. And the arrow is still pointing up for Jacksonville Jaguars.
That's good news. As we continue slinging good D, bad D with DB, we have some breaking news. Dante Moore will be headed back to Oregon.
Wow.
For another year. This is obviously a decision after watching this season and how this season ended. At 20 years of age, I think only like 21 games through his college football career. I think a lot of people thought would make sense if he was to go get more ball under his belt, especially with the amount of money that you can make in the current NIL world. Now, he was projected to potentially be the number 2 overall pick. So there isn't much higher that you can go in the draft other than the number 1 overall pick for if he stays for another season. But we all understand that if you're good at football in the NFL and great when you get there, your second and third contracts are going to be gigantic as opposed to just moving up from number 2 to number 1. And maybe he does jump to the number 1 overall pick with another season. Dylan Raiola transferred into Oregon. We assume that he will be a backup and has agreed to be a backup. I think that was reported whenever he decided to transfer over to Oregon. So Dan Lanning and the Oregon Ducks get their quarterback back, A.J. Hawk. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I mean, I think good for him. I'm glad Oregon, I would assume, is very, very happy about this. Dante Moore he can play. I mean, I love how dynamic he is, how the arm strength. And we talked about after that first play, pick 6 to start the game. He came back the next drive and showed a lot of it's tough to pull the trigger, I think, once you do that first play of the game. So I give him a lot of credit.
AJ, you were number 5 overall, right? Pick?
Yeah.
Jage, when were you selected? They booed, obviously, but what was it?
11.
You were 11 overall? Whenever you're getting that read back, both of you guys, I guess I would ask JJ, you could start, hey, this is what you're going to get picked. It's basically locked in. Dante's probably going number 2. That you'd be the second quarterback guy. Quarterbacks normally lead the way. Now, granted, it could go differently if somebody saw something in Indiana and get whatever. You get it, but it was projected very high draft pick. To go back to college now, different than back in the day, it feels like, right? Doesn't it?
Yeah, and I do believe, like you were talking about, from going from 2 to 1, that's minuscule in the grand scheme of things when it comes to the ability to get to his second contract and pushing it a year down the road. And NIL has changed everything. It's not, yes, there's still absolutely the love of the game and wanting to finish unfinished business and all of that. But more than ever, this is all a business now. And getting to that second contract a year earlier, in my personal opinion, when you're that high. Now, it's for me personally, they told me you're a projected first/second rounder, but the guy was I would say closer to the first round. And then I kind of, from there, decided, I'm going to crush the combine and I'm going to crush my interviews and get myself up there. But, if you're projected to be the number 2 overall pick, let's get this train rolling, unless you really don't like the team that's drafting up there, unless there's some reason where you don't like the way things are shaking out for this year, but get that train rolling, buddy.
So Jage's take is the faster you get to the NFL, the faster we get to that second overall or second contract and that third contract, which is where the $50 million a year, 45, 60 million probably a year whenever they get to that point. It's
75 for
real. That is
very different conversation for a projected 4th or 5th round pick quarterback who could also make $6-7 million in college. Very different conversation.
Definitely. But did you leave early, Jage?
Yes.
This guy's a dog, dude.
Smart man.
Age, you didn't leave early, right? You played 4 bowl games, if I recall.
Yeah, I played all 4. Yeah.
Jade said, first, second round. Have they seen me jump? This is 80% luck, 20% skill, 15%, and then you jumped.
A, it's your dream. B, the body's only got so many years in it, man. You've got to take advantage.
He's 20. He's very young. Now, granted, which would mean you'd be so young getting to a second contract. But what we've seen over the past, it feels like, guys who have more ball experience in college have seemingly had better transitions into the NFL, which is maybe the most important thing of this entire conversation.
Yeah, we have seen that as of late. Jaden Daniels, Bo Nix come in with a ton of reps under their belt, played in different systems, different coaches. They come in and have that success. But I'm kind of with JJ. If you're at the top of the draft, you have an opportunity. Obviously, you can go back to Oregon and do your thing there, but we've seen quarterbacks, even like a Sam Darnold or Baker Mayfield, get figured out maybe on their second or third team. So get in the NFL, develop there, make your money there, and then hopefully at some point, if you're good enough and you believe in yourself and your work ethic, you'll get it done. But, yeah, it's not much higher you can go in the draft. Go and get that money.
Now, granted, we are in an era where Trey Lance's name will get brought up. Obviously didn't get to play a lot of football because of COVID and everything like that. Anthony Richardson didn't get to play a lot of ball. Who knows what his contract goes to? And I'm not saying Dante Moore hasn't played more ball than those guys. He certainly has. But it feels like the reps show up now. And maybe this Oregon run will help him. But, yeah, number 2 overall was Tone, what is the thought? Did we think he was coming back? I think immediately after the game, I thought he was coming back just strictly because of emotions. Like, that can't be how this year ends and everything like that. But then as you kind of drift away from it, you wonder how many business people are getting into the conversation. So for him to return, it does feel like he's completely bought into Coach Lanning and what Oregon can do. I guess we should have expected that.
Yeah, I didn't know what he was going to do, and I was in the camp of the, play more football. So, and I get that you get to the second contract. but put yourself in a better chance to play better football to get to the second contract once you go to the NFL, because we have seen recently how awesome it's been for guys that have been there for a while. And, I mean, I have no idea how much money Oregon is shelling out for Dante Moore, and also to get Raiola to agree to be a backup. That's got to be insane. But when I saw their top 4 defensive linemen, who were all supposed to go to the NFL draft, all decided to stay, it kind of, in my mind, was like, oh, maybe this is a team thing. This is a, hey, we just got embarrassed. Hey, we're coming back for one more year to do this the right way, kind of like Ohio State did 2 years ago, or last year, sorry, excuse me. So I thought there was a decent chance that he would end up staying, but then the Raiola thing kind of threw a curveball. But I'm not completely shocked.
This may be a slightly cynical outlook, but it's just reality from having seen situations happen to guys in my life. Whether it was a guy in a contract year where something happens and he doesn't end up getting the contract he should, like, you have to also weigh the risk and reward of the situation and what you can possibly lose in addition to what you could possibly gain. And I've seen so many times a guy going into a contract year where he's set up for the biggest extension possible, and then all of a sudden, it might even be in the playoff game, the last game of the season, he gets hurt, and now all of a sudden he's not getting the extension he thought he was. And as a player, I know that, like, everything about it sounds right. This is awesome. You're going back to school. This is awesome. He wants to finish unfinished business. All this is great. But, like, sometimes people need to also talk to the individual about the realities.
Jay, just saying, yeah, Mighty Ducks is cool. Okay, we're all going to the same academy. Yeah, okay, this is all really cool. But there's a chance that movie ends bad. And it doesn't work out whenever you come back. And then also, what else happened? Well, projections are a little bit different because the quarterback class next year, loaded. I mean, absolutely loaded. So if you continue to think about the second contract, though, with how loaded the next quarterback class is, maybe he propels himself up to number 1, but also maybe he gets on a team that isn't completely ass. I mean, there is certainly some positives that can come from all this if he remains healthy and if he continues to develop.
I mean, it just happened with Penn State. Drew Aller was number 1 overall pick, and they were going to have 2 other dudes go from that D-line, and their running backs were going to go, and their entire season exploded after playing Oregon. So you can make that argument. But also, on the other side of it, you can look at, Ty Simpson, guy going to play on Monday, Carson Beck, like, well, holy shit. All of a sudden, we might be the number 2 overall pick. Like, that's a great opportunity now for those other guys. The Dante Moore thing, like, cool, hopefully it works out. Who knows? I mean, can't go much.
We hope it works.
I hope it works out, genuinely do. And then for those other guys too, it's a great opportunity. And you wonder now what, like, the Jets are thinking, who were at 2, who everyone was like, well, they're just going to take Dante Moore. Like, you wonder what the repercussions now with the NFL, the big league, it really will be now.
What Tone's been saying for the last couple of days, there's only 1 quarterback coming out of this draft class. How do you know, Tone? Did you have Shuck being a guy?
Kuiper had Moore at 1.
Yeah, Kuiper did have Moore at 1. That popped up on the screen. As I was saying, literally, I had to look like the biggest asshole of all time. Fernando Mendoza is generational. I'm going to say, and then they pop up on the lower third. Mel Kiper Jr.'s projected draft. Number 1, Dante Moore Jr. Number 2, Fernando Mendoza. I'm like, all right, Mel Kiper. Didn't know I got drafted to punt on the day I got drafted.
Yeah, his Shador thing.
My draft celebration with my family as he's burying me in the background. Okay, obviously, that's great. Thank you, Mel Kiper Jr., for doing that to me. But a man who loves ball, so we will certainly stick with it. But I was so confused on what he was seeing versus what I was seeing in Fernando Mendoza being 6'5", 230. And then, like, watching him just be methodical on his offense. And then they talk about his work ethic and how he's able to do things. And then he's having beers with the boys, which I don't know if Mel Kiper Jr. is holding as high regard as I hold it, especially when people are calling him AI. D-Butt asked him a question. He gave an answer, and D-Butt said that's what an AI would say. D-Butt thinks he's a robot.
He gave an AI answer. He did. I don't mind a robotic quarterback. You definitely got to be human, but I had questions. He answered them. We'll see.
Well, he has beers, too. I don't know if these computers can drink beers yet. Once they can, we do got to start worrying about it. The odds currently at DraftKings have Fernando Mendoza at minus 8,000. Trinidad Chambliss at plus 3,000. I like that Winnidad's getting a look, though. After we saw him live, he was cool, man. He's throwing the spots, too. He can't see shit. So he's not going to be able to see in the NFL. Obviously, that's going to be talked about a lot with Trinidad. But whenever he was playing, the game we were watching against Miami's defense, very big, very physical, he was throwing the spots already. So, like, that's an NFL throw. He's going to have Brock Purdy has to do that because he's small. Drew Brees had to do that. Kyler Murray is going to have to continue to get better at that. Like, that is what undersized guys have to kind of prove. He proved that to us, I think, against Miami.
Yeah, I was very impressed with his just control of the game, understanding coverages, understanding what spots to throw throw to, kind of the timing, when to throw to him. You saw a lot of those throws. He was throwing the ball before his receivers were even out of their break, and how live his arm was. I didn't know, his arm had that type of juice, and it's much different when you are on the field and you can see it in real time. And then the high-pressure moments, I feel like that's when he played his best football. And I know he's still going through, the court situation in Mississippi trying to get that extra year. But if he were to come out and be like a mid-round pick, I can see this guy being a guy in the NFL.
I don't know if he's going to be a mid-round with the way this year is with quarterbacks. I think I don't know. Next year's draft class quarterback loaded with names.
Yeah.
Who knows if they'll end up being actual players.
So many teams right now need quarterbacks, and there's 9 open jobs. A few of those teams need quarterbacks. You would assume a coach might like a guy. Hey, if he's there, we'll take him.
Dano said Kirk Cousins, and then he said Kirk Cousins. Is he going to get cut, is what he said?
Allegedly.
I think so.
Which makes no sense because he also said if Kirk Cousins would have started every game, the Falcons would have won 11 games and won the division. So why would you cut that guy?
So he's speaking from Kirk's side, saying they're about to cut a guy that if they would have just let play this last year, he would have won a bunch of games.
Did he say possible re-sign, though, after they cut him? Didn't he say that?
Yeah, like redo his deal. And Christian Kirk Cousins might end up just picking a different team. Like there might just be another team up there at the top that wants him.
He's going to be a Steelers quarterback.
Got it.
It's a great question, Jage.
I mean, it took me a lot to not say the other one.
Yeah.
But
obviously.
hey,
they all go together there at the same time. The Steelers, fascinating. Will Howard.
Bill Howard.
We've seen Will. Will's good. I liked Will. Will's big. Will's got moxie. Will's got a lot of celebrations with teammates. Will could have crumbled. Will didn't. Like, I like Will Howard, the cut of Will Howard's jib, I think. I don't know how he is throwing an NFL ball. I don't know how he is with an offense. I don't know any of that shit. But I just know that Will Howard as quarterback feels like a guy that could be the guy.
Well, and so what we were just talking about, all the names in the draft next year, like this would be the year to find out if a guy's got it or not. If you're the Steelers and you have Will Howard, it's like, hey, the two options here are we drafted an absolute gem in the 5th and 6th round, or we didn't, and now we're going to have a top pick for all the quarterbacks next year.
Art Rooney spoke today, and he said he wants to contend every year. What are you talking? I don't want to waste a year of my life. That's what he said. Tone, what does that mean to you, bud?
He did say that, and he couldn't say, like, hey, yeah, we're tanking next year, in my mind. But no, he did say, we are going to try and contend. He said if we can every single year. And then he also said that whoever comes in and gets hired has free will to pick whatever coaching staff they want. They're not going to make them have any holdovers from this coaching staff.
Fascinating. Everybody out. We need something new here. Do you think he said, Jage, do you think he was like, so you're stepping down as a head coach, or you stepping down,
I don't
or
think so.
how are we doing?
He said he was surprised. He said he was shocked.
Ready to do it one more year.
Yeah, he was ready to do it one more year. But did you happen to see the two coaches he's already bringing in for interviews?
Who?
Shula and Steelhouse.
Steelhouse.
Damn it.
No, it's Steelhouse, nah.
Especially if he ends up in Pittsburgh. Now, Tone thinks that Steelhouse, there's a chance maybe he doesn't even get the head coaching job and he still goes to Pittsburgh.
Hell yeah.
He thinks Shula potentially gets head coaching job. He goes ahead and takes over the defense. Steelhouse, welcome to Steelhouse. You go ahead and do the offense. Now you got 2 Sean McVays. Is that what you're thinking, Tone?
Yeah, it's best of both worlds. I mean, he's not calling plays in L.A. right now. He's not even the OC. So Shula comes in. He's our young DC. That's what we do. That's how we hire coaches. And then Steelhouse comes in. He's running the offense for a couple years till he gets a new gig.
How do you feel about it, Jage? I think it's already figured out. Shout out to the Pittsburgh Steelers having the quickest turnover in maybe history of ball.
I mean, it's definitely a name that's been up there. Shula, I'm talking about. I mean, Steelhouse certainly has drawn cards and fills in for that tree of McVay and those guys that have done that for him in that role before. What? What's your question?
Well, you seem like you're being a little condescending about the drawing plays. You sound like Zach Taylor talking about
I think it's one of the best. I think it's one of the best things that you can do as a guy trying to come up in the coaching world. I really do believe that it's a shitty job. It's not a fun job. It sucks, and they have to spend hours and hours doing it. But I really do believe that that's one of those things that the guys that do it turn into great coaches.
Hey, Q, did you draw plays?
I did draw plays.
So maybe not, Jage.
Wow.
Oh, yikes. No, he stepped away.
What did Jason Light say when you guys had him on about me? What did Jason Light say?
Say you're a great coach.
Go ahead, say what he said.
He said you're a great coach.
No, I think he said I could have been a head coach one day. I think that's what he said on your show.
Oh, I didn't. Did he say that?
You must have missed that.
I remember that.
Clearly.
I was here for that.
I remember him
I
mentioning
was.
the plays, being like, "Yeah, EQ had some dumb fucking triple reverse bullshit that we would never run."
Oh yeah, he was always pitching.
Yeah.
He liked how you fixed the printer that one time.
That was a great job. That was a great job I had that year.
Is this in every building? And then the McVay one is just so special because McVay is the offensive guru.
Well, I think the biggest thing is drawing the play. Everybody runs the same plays, but it's how you bring it to life. I think that's what the purpose of this video is. It's showing, okay, cool, you can have a 3x1 set, you can have this concept drawn up, but it's how do we get there? How does this extra foot split on this guy? That's the biggest thing of what this video is trying to show. All the Liam Cohen, exactly how McVay wants it to be done, but also you got to have a quarterback. I mean, in the game against the Panthers, you got to have a quarterback that can manipulate linebackers with eyes to throw the ball behind, too. I think that's a big piece to this puzzle.
So it's not just drawing up the plays.
Well, yeah, you could be drawing up shitty plays or like
Correct.
shitty, like, yeah, you could have a coach who you are drawing up plays for that he doesn't know what he's doing. So now you're learning from a guy who doesn't know what he's doing, and everything that you're learning is incorrect.
So these guys are given plays to McVay, or they're drawing up McVay's plays?
Drawing up McVay's plays. So McVay's giving it to Steelhouse, Shieldhouse, and then all of a sudden he has to bring it to life, and then he has to go check it with McVay, and McVay's like, no, I want him out another foot or another 2 feet on the split because that's going to bring this guy up to open up the dig behind or whatever it may
And
be.
then that heads to everybody's iPad.
Bingo.
And everybody's role
Yes.
is clearly defined in every single play.
And he's telling you, I'm doing this because this is going to bring up the linebacker. The safety is going to go out to cover this guy. And that's why we're going to have this open read for our quarterback here. And he's doing it for every defense, for every play in the entire playbook. So if you are a smart person, you are just drinking all that knowledge in all year while watching him handle the team in team meetings, while watching how he handles guys individually on a day-to-day basis. And you're now building your entire world of what you're going to look like as a head coach based off of one of the best to do it.
Interesting. Pretty good idea. I guess that's why the McVay cup of coffee has worked a couple of different times. Has failed.
I saw a couple names on there.
Yeah, it has failed, but we shall see what.
That's why Saban's are all good.
Saban's coaching tree is very good. Saban's coaching tree is very good. It's in a national championship right now. Hearing them talk about Saban and why he was so good for them was, I assume that was cool to hear from Saban. Because like Bruce Arians said the other day, not here actually, he was on Zoom. He said once he listens to his players in the press conference to see if they're getting it or not. Right, like to hear if they're getting the messaging or not, or hear the players through the media or maybe even their social media. Like if it landed, he'll probably get through that way. Saban, I wonder how many times these coaches have told him thank you, but then like to lay out why. And Saban's probably like, okay, I'm happy that like what I was trying to accomplish did work. You know, like I'm happy for Saban every time he gets his flowers because that fucker is so humble. Just so matter of fact, all right, and just keeps every one of those conversations is just so uncomfortable for him. It's just like quickly. So he's been forced on game day basically to listen. They turn up his ears, and he can't go anywhere, and they just fucking force him to hear it. It's like that has to be a cool moment for him. But it is interesting how some ways work and some ways don't. It feels like McVay's work.
That's the big part, is the communication part, not only with the coaching staff, but then to the players. And that's why you see a lot of times when coaches go to new places, they'll not only bring other coaches from that staff, but they'll bring some players too. Okay, this guy's a free agent now, let me bring him over, because now he's going to get that message from the coaching level into these individual meeting rooms, whether it's linebackers, D-line, wide receivers, tight ends, like, hey, this is what he wants, this is why he wants it, this is why we have success, and then you can kind of massage it and make it different, you know, whether week by week or year by year based on your personnel, because, you know, different receivers, Devontae Adams, he's going to run a route completely different than, you know, Justin Jefferson. So, but you still have the same bones of the concept. You can communicate that all the way from the top all the way down.
Go ahead, Jage.
D'Amico Ryans was telling us about this in our production meeting for week 18. He was saying, I put my guys up in front of the room and have them teach the defense, because if they can't stand up in front of the room and teach it, they're not hearing what I'm saying. So he was like, and it'll be completely random. And then we started talking to Petrie and some of the guys about it. But they're like, he'll call you up at any time. It could be even on game day before the game. Like he may have you teach something because he just wants to make sure you have it at the exact same level that the coaches have it. And if you can't, he changes himself as a coach. He doesn't get mad at the players. He's like, okay, they're not understanding what I'm saying. I have to relay it differently.
The other thing that's interesting too, JJ, is, as you know, is you can hide. Like if you're not put in front of the group, you can hide behind your assignment. You understand one assignment, but you don't understand the reason why we're doing it as a whole. It's the same thing in the offensive line room. My offensive line coaches used to put guys on the board, and like, if you understand the whole concept and not just memorizing what you're supposed to do, you can hide as long as you never get called on, right? You can go out and probably do your job at a decent level, but then the minute they put you on the board, you can't imagine how many guys get uncomfortable. And then the O-line coach is like, okay, well, if you're uncomfortable presenting in front of 7 guys, how am I supposed to trust you in front of 100,000 in a playoff game or 90,000 in a playoff game?
Yeah, fascinating styles of coaching. I like
Hunters have the same thing.
I was calling where we were going, when we were going. That's about basic. That's about the basics. Tom McMahon, though, I mean, I don't think he slept for a full football season. That guy, just trying to find every single edge. You know how special teams coordinators are.
Special teams guys are nuts.
He found him.
And he did. We did. We had a hell of a run there. I mean, we had a hell of a run with what we had going on there. You experienced it a couple different times, but we had a good run there. But yeah, I knew the whys, you know, and I try to help in the room. We'd have a young guy.
How many unrun plays did you use?
Unrun?
Like how many plays were there that you didn't run? Like I feel like special teams coaches have a billion fakes.
Yes. And then the ones that get called, you're fascinated by, because it's like, wow, the last one was certainly better than this one. And then, you know, what happens with the Patriots happens. And it's like,
classic.
How is this the one? We had one last week that was an end-around double reverse throw. Guaranteed touchdown.
Filthy.
There's no way the third-string linebacker would be able to keep up with this guy that we had. It's like, we're not running that. That's a lot of ball exchanges there, you know, for a lot of things. It's like, all right. And this one, we weren't even supposed to snap the ball. Seems safe. Seems safe.
It's not.
No, still talked about. Oh,
live forever, though.
And the only name that's on the screen, right there across the bottom. I'm 30 yards away from the action. Yeah. Right across the bottom. I was having a pretty good little day, though. You look at those numbers, nobody looks at them. All right, let's get back to some good D, shall we, Jage? Is that okay with you?
Yeah. I might need to get some lunch at some point.
This is on you. This is on you.
No, it's completely on me. It's fine.
2:55. You guys have been going. Jage's been really going.
Yeah, I gotta piss like there's no tomorrow.
See, you guys should see.
I know. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Believe me, I hear you.
So I used to have. He offered for us.
Yeah, take full
I wanted to hear
responsibility.
I wanted to hear.
I still heard. Oh, you're.
I don't have
in.
a pack. I'm plugged in. Yeah.
It was good.
It was very entertaining. But now I got to piss down my leg.
So when I did, I think Barwis did it in college too, and it was kind of handled better. When I was playing soccer, though, certain different levels, we'd have conditioning periods. Obviously, soccer is a lot of conditioning. It was my least favorite, obviously, of this whole thing. And they would say, all right, you're going to jog this side, then you're going to sprint this side, then you're going to jog, then you're going to sprint. Mm-hmm. And if you're on a team with a bunch of assholes, the jog is not a jog. It's like a high-speed lead into the sprint, you know?
AJ Hawk.
And every single time. No, he was a jogger. I assume AJ jogged because you know that fucker's running you until you're dead. Yeah. That dude's running you till you're dead anyway. So it doesn't matter, like, what you're doing here. So all you're doing is really just fucking me, it felt like, the entire time. So I would just inevitably just jog. And I would be embarrassed early. And then all of a sudden, there at the end, tortoise in the hare situation happens. Yep. That's what happened there, boys. We had an opportunity to go piss. You guys said, no, I'm going to power through this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do a gear 6 change. And here we are, 3 o'clock.
Still bringing it.
Mad respect to you.
If I didn't say anything, you would have never known.
Foxy's shaking back in.
Yeah, I couldn't leave. I wasn't going to leave this battle station with JJ on here by himself because disaster could have happened. And I wasn't trying to be tough in this situation.
I understand. You had to do what you got to do. But he has been shaking over there. And then I immediately thought of you guys, yeah. And I thought Ty pretty impressive.
Yeah, you know, I mean, hey, you have good days and you have bad days. Today's not a bad day.
You know what's a good day? When we see some good D.
Hell yeah.
Let's get back to some great D as we battle with our bladders.
Power through. Speaking of power through, it's how the Bills ended the game. We all talked about maybe Josh Allen scored a little too quick. Nope, he didn't. He trusted the defense. Tre'Davious White, Sean McDermott's first pick. He wouldn't finish this game. We talk about tips and overthrows all the time. Sticky coverage on the dig route. He tips it up. Cole Bishop comes down with it. Just one robber coverage, help in the middle of the field. Bishop driving down, reading it. Great job batting it up in the air. Great job picking it off. Great job finishing the game for the Buffalo Bills.
Dan Orlovsky said that secondary is the best in the league. They win the game for him.
He did win the game,
Congratulations.
close them out, move on to the next round.
That's a Dan wagon whenever it hits.
Damn right.
When the Dan wagon hits, it's certainly a victory lap. He and his medium polo today looked very cool. Did you see him in that, Jage?
Texans. Best defensive backs in the NFL.
Yeah, that's
Well, yeah, that was kind of our argument.
That was our whole thing.
Yeah, we argued him with that.
It was right before.
They said best coverage unit was Dan's statement. I agree with the Texans.
He said right before he said best coverage unit is the Buffalo Bills. He said you can make the argument all 4 of the secondary players for the Houston Texans are all freaking first team all pro.
Yeah, so he was kind of both sides. In both defenses, really good, obviously, both secondary. But the secondary goes and wins the game, and then Dan Orlovsky, obviously.
Just like I said.
I wonder if you heard what I said the other day. And then that's good for Dan because there's a lot of times where Dan's not.
It's ridiculous.
Let's get some more good D, shall we?
Another good coverage unit, another good defense. Doesn't get talked about a lot as much as the other guys out there, but a great job. Dan also talked about, hey, I didn't know what the hell the Patriots are running on defense. This was kind of what Justin Herbert was dealing with. You already had a bad offensive line. Now this bad offensive line has to figure shit out post. Now, if you run it back to the beginning real quick, you got 7 guys up there. 3 are going to rush from up top. You're going to have 1 rush from the bottom, and then the other 3 guys circled are going to drop out with man-to-man coverage behind them. Herbert and the guys behind it had no idea where to go with this football. This was an early indication of how this game was going to go for him offensively. You'll see Bobby Spillane blitzing, being a free hitter, and staying on the outside, keeping that leverage, even though he had some other rushers on the outside of him. And just that last frame, you got 6 guys around the quarterback, so that lets you know the pressure worked.
Is CJ and the boys going to be able to handle this, Jage? Because obviously we're talking about the Texans' defense. Patriots' defense, obviously nothing to sneeze at.
No, I don't disagree with you. But according to AQ Shipley, they have the number 1 offensive line remaining in the playoffs, so I would imagine that they are going to find success.
That was just for the last week, but here's one way to combat it, though.
Quick walk back.
You stay on track. That's how you combat this. You got to stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long brings this. Get to 3rd and 3 and 4. There you go. You got a chance.
Just a quick question, and as a fan,
that's why Jason Light wanted you to be head coach right there.
Hell yeah.
Stay ahead of the chain.
2nd and long, to your point.
A lot of open jobs. You want us to put you in the pool? You want to go in the coach's pool?
No, I sure don't.
Could you do it? I always like when that was back with the Saturday thing. Like, could you step in and do it?
Jeff did it. Thank
you. Sure. I think we all could. I mean, I think we understand the way a building works. You can step in. Will it be good? Who knows? It all depends on the players.
Yeah.
You need players. That's how you win. That's how you win.
So it's all on the GM already. You're not even in the building yet. And you're already blaming the GM in the front office.
Jimmy's in the Joes, not the X's and the O's.
Okay, so
would you win?
So who cares who gets hired then?
Tail is old as time.
Would you win the division with the Buccaneers this coming season?
Question, baby.
Carolina's good. Shuck's got another year with Kelly Moe.
I like the roster Tampa has. Yeah, they got to stay healthy. I mean, they had a ton of injuries that decimated them down the stretch, but I like that roster.
Getting your hands on Tristan Wirfs.
Yeah.
Orlovsky as your OC.
Oh, maybe your O-line coach for Orlovsky up there at the Lions.
I like. We got a good O-line coach.
The Bucs
Sorry,
fired.
Kush.
The Bucs, yeah, they do. I like Hank Fraley. I like Hank Fraley. He went to college in my hometown, Robert Morris University.
Bobby Moe?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What were you about to say? You were about to say something about somebody.
The Bucs fired a bunch off their staff. A bunch.
Yeah.
I mean, I
Basically
think
the
they kept the offensive line coach, but everybody else and defense. They kind of cleaned house.
So you think about maybe going tight end coach down there or what?
No.
QB maybe.
Sure not.
Tight ends.
I know, just trying to pick up a job down there and just get
Catch the ball.
Oh, this guy's a Hall of Fame basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Used to take on, who was the guy you took on every
Nate Hartung.
Hartung.
Took on a lot taller and better basketball players than Nate Hartung. Nate Hartung was a hell of a battle.
I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I played against Darrell Reeves, who was a damn good basketball player. Can we argue?
Not like Hartung.
Yeah, you're right.
You played against Darrell Reeves?
Every year.
How'd you do?
I got kicked out of the game.
Hell yeah.
Love that.
Hey, shipping football, baby.
Yep. So he drove the lane. I stepped in and I took a charge. He laid it in, caught it out of the net and like laid it in my chest.
Oh, yeah, I don't think so.
So the next time
move?
down, I'm on the opposite block. He drives the lane, spins to the middle of the lane. I came across with a flying forearm, put him 3 rows into the bleachers.
Is this a away game or home game?
This was at Aliquippa.
Oh, yes. Such a heel. Such a heel.
Yeah.
That student section wanted to kill you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Oh, high school basketball.
Ejected?
Double T, see ya.
Oh, I can imagine you walk out.
Yeah.
Did anybody talk about that in the Hall of Fame whenever you went in?
No.
What was your walkout? You untucked your jersey, obviously.
Took the jersey off. Threw the crowd.
Waddle, I got a great waddle. Waddle off. I think I kind of did one of these, like, fuck you, see you later. Keep it moving.
And what's dad and mom doing there whenever that's happening? They're leaving, heading to the exit behind you? Yeah.
I think my mom was teeing up the ref, like, you know my mom, she's a psycho. My dad's like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah,
let's just get out of here.
Oh, you had the barbed wire, too?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah, he was a problem.
Is that actually you?
Yeah.
Hall of Fame basketball player, dude. What was your stats that were ridiculous that put you in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, I averaged 20 and 12 my junior year.
You're a 1,000-point scorer.
Yeah. I had over 1,000 points, over 1,000 rebounds.
That's pretty fucking good.
That's insane.
That is. High school?
So what?
Fucking athlete.
So what? Oh, yeah, #1 center in the country as well.
And won the state championship, JJ.
Wow.
In basketball.
That picture is blowing my mind.
You should see him around here whenever he starts really getting back into high school.
You look like Doug Heffernan.
Sure.
Like big pop out of the back. Somebody knows who that is.
I don't know. Everybody loved it.
And there was a huge
Thank
pop.
you. I mean, I thought that was going to crush. I'm not going to lie.
It did.
I had that one teed
It
up.
did back there. You could hear it through the glass.
I want to let you know, your audience, the demo you were looking for, fucking. Oh, that's Kevin James. Oh.
In what? In what show?
In what movie?
The King and Queen.
King of Queens.
What are we doing?
Oh, that was his King and Queen's name. Okay.
Oh, okay.
I love that show.
Oh,
thought you said Paul
that's a good
Blart.
show. Him and that lady, she got good accent. Yeah.
Leah Remini.
Yeah, she's incredible.
Left the Church of Scientology.
Learned a lot about
Yeah.
Yeah, she was great. King of Queens was a
Jerry
great
Stiller.
show. Yes.
Arthur Spooner.
Rest in
Come
peace.
on. Yeah, Jerry Stiller.
R.I.P.
Great show. Rest in peace, obviously. Yeah. Of
course.
Yeah, that was a great show. Just like Arthur you guys talked about earlier.
Oh,
DW.
yeah. Come on now.
So good.
Arthur's the GOAT.
So good.
You can't tell me you've never heard of Arthur?
I've heard of it. It's the bear, right?
No, he's an aardvark.
No, it's
When
an aardvark.
he looks like a
I don't
bear.
know
and
Arthur
This is
at
a big
all.
debate
He
on
does
the
look
internet.
like a bear.
Everyone on the
Okay,
internet's
so
like, yeah.
I
Can we
would-
pull a picture up?
You know Arthur?
Yeah.
I don't know who you're talking about.
You don't know
I don't know.
Arthur?
Arthur.
I know
Yeah,
Doug.
Doug.
I know the cartoon Doug. That's the only
Angry
cartoon I've
Hand
ever really known.
Doug? Doug
The
is great.
original B-Dubs was D-Dubs.
Rugrats. Foxy is going P, so we're not able to really switch anything at the current moment. Somebody just did.
Oh, so switcher.
Who just switched that? Was that Foxy? Bruce stepped over into the batter's box. I'm not sure he knows any of the buttons.
If Arthur pops up, you can say, like, that's a bear. It is a debate on the internet. Like, people just found out recently he was an aardvark. But I think because you're saying bear, people are pointing like, oh, you're talking about Winnie the Pooh. But no, if you see Arthur,
I know Winnie the Pooh now.
I know Winnie the Pooh.
you know exactly who Arthur is too, I think.
I don't know about bear. His head's an oval. I agree he doesn't look like an aardvark, but I don't know if he looks like a bear.
What the hell's an aardvark?
Could not draw one right now.
DW looks like a bear.
D-Dub's got some bear in her. And dog, of course.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go through shows that you loved as a kid. Saved by the Bell, obviously the greatest. Let's move forward. Rugrats was awesome.
Boy Meets World.
Great
Classic.
show.
Yeah. Rocket Power.
Rocket Power.
Yeah.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers had a
OG
run.
Power Rangers? Hell yeah.
Power Rangers
Improvement.
had a home improvement. Great show.
Cat Dog.
Cat Dog had a run, right?
Recess.
Tim Allen.
Recess.
Married with Children.
Oh,
Yeah,
Al Bundy.
Yeah.
Smallville.
Fresh Prince.
Girls Gone Wild.
Fresh Prince is a great show.
It's a good one, Tom.
Girls Gone Wild.
Hanging with
did have a
Mr.
run.
Cooper.
Oh, hanging with
Banger.
Mr. Cooper. Good pull. Hang time.
Doug.
Full House.
Full
Full
House.
House. Family Matters.
Family Matters.
Yep. Step by
Martin.
step.
Tia and Tamara.
Step by step. That's the one I couldn't think of.
Classic.
Good one.
Day by day.
Yeah, exactly.
These are.
Make it happen. Each and
Second
every day.
time around.
George Lopez.
Oh, yeah. He had a talk show.
He did.
Yeah.
He looks like a fucking wacko these days.
It's awesome.
His hair.
It's incredible.
Foxy's back. Congrats, Foxy.
Thank you, boys. Let's go till 4 p.m. now. I'm ready to roll.
No.
How the
We're
fuck
not
long
doing
is this show? How long does this show go?
Can you pull that
I haven't
aardvark up,
eaten in
Foxy?
6
Foxy.
hours.
We need a little help.
I haven't eaten.
We need Arthur. Me neither, bud.
All right, let me get on Bruce's laptop. Hold on.
Okay. All right.
Bruce is gone too. All right.
Yeah, Bruce got to poop. Bruce got to poop. This is what happens, Jage. You know, and if we have a like a ridiculously long night or travel the day before, normally it's a nice mental test that I like to do. I don't know if the boys necessarily enjoy it. That show's normally the longest, you know. So it's like if you see us travel, we got to put up 4 hours after maybe 3 hours sleep night before. You know, like that's what we got to do, Jage. That's the biz. This is the biz. You never get it.
Nice. Oh, man, why?
It's the worst photo of Arthur I've ever fucking seen.
That's pretty quick, though.
It's the worst fucking
That's
photo
pretty
of
quick,
Arthur
though.
I've ever seen.
That was very quick on
the
somebody else's
fuck?
computer.
You shitting me?
After
The fucking disrespect
That's a
on
bear,
Arthur.
dude.
it doesn't look like a bear.
Fucking
What?
A.
That's a fucking. I
does
see the
not
ears.
look like
I
a
see the
fucking
mitts.
bear.
Get a photo of DW.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, yeah, I know that guy.
That doesn't look like a bear or an aardvark.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
Oh,
I
okay.
still don't
You
know
know
what the
what?
fucking
You know what a
aardvark
fucking
is.
aardvark looks like?
No, I've been asking for this whole time. What is an aardvark? What's it look like? No one
Like
answered.
that. It looks like Arthur.
No
that's what an
way.
aardvark looks like.
Yeah.
I would happen upon this out in the wild
Yeah.
somewhere.
It
Where?
is fucking
real
weird.
aardvark.
Aardvark has a long nose.
It's got
It has
jeans
like
on.
like a truncated
Are
elephant.
they like anteater type things?
Where are they?
Similar.
Like an armadillo.
Kind of like a dillo.
Where are they?
I think
Yeah,
also
where are
des-
they? We're
desert-
indigenous to
de- deserty,
Feels like
indigenous to the
Australia.
desert land, maybe plateaus.
Good usage of the word indigenous by AJ Hawk. I think
You guys
that's.
ever see a didgeridoo?
Oh yeah, I've seen
Bet,
one of those.
Cedric?
That's Australia, right?
This
Bruce
is
is
really
back.
gone
Can you pull up an
completely off
aardvark
the rails.
picture?
Pull
You pull up
fucking
just a picture of it.
DW.
What is what?
DW.
Arthur's sister. She's the dog of the show.
Fucking always getting under Arthur's skin.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's the best part of the show.
Yeah.
She got a
What
sick
does she
pink
do?
dress. It's like a pink purplish lavender, if you will, dress. Undershirt, white.
Is it
It's
like
clean.
a learning show? Entertainment?
Yeah.
It's a learning show.
Yeah, it's a kid show.
Arthur and D Dub.
Yeah, DW.
So this
That's
one,
not DW.
That's not
Okay, it's an aardvark.
That is an aardvark.
That's
yeah.
an aardvark.
Where are they from, Bruce? What does it say?
They are native to the sub-Saharan part of the African continent.
Sure.
Yep. Plateaus and
Plains.
Such. All right, let's get back.
Can
on
we
to
show
some good-
DW?
Huh?
What? Can we show DW?
I thought we were gonna fucking put DW up here.
I don't know if we got it. Are you all right, Jade?
Fuck, man.
Jade, you
I'm
started
passed
this.
out.
You started
Pass
this,
out.
Jade.
Come on, DW.
What's the Ocean Club?
I keep forgetting it. I'm in my own. Like
Great golf
I could
course.
just walk to the kitchen at any moment. I'm not
Exactly.
tied to the chair.
Exactly.
I'm not in chains.
You could have hung up an hour ago.
Yeah, you could have just said,
Hey,
"See you guys."
I'm here for the
There
boys.
he is.
We
Doug.
appreciate that, Jade. Obviously, we're all getting through this together. Yeah, that D Dubs definitely looks like an aardvark.
That's DW.
Yeah, see,
That's definitely an aardvark.
yep.
Yep.
5 fingers for sure.
I need to get to the
Yeah.
Sub-Sahara, it seems like, maybe get to the bottom of this. But you brought up Arthur. This is kind of on you. Now, Jage, maybe you go.
Do we get anything for hitting like minute milestones on this? Is like, are we
This is nowhere
there
near.
points?
Jage, this is nowhere near. Nowhere near. What's the draft spectacular?
Five.
Five.
I think
No,
was the
yeah,
max.
when you're planning for it, when you know it's coming, no problem. If I had snacks right here, if I had things to eat, if I had drinks to drink,
smokes,
I'd be here all day long. Yeah,
Go
that
back to
sounds
the pump
great.
up speech, JJ.
Yeah, what
You
about
gave
your-
everybody? New
I
Year's
need to
resolution.
pump myself up right now.
resolution.
I'm struggling.
All right, let's get
My
some
problem
inside
is
thoughts.
food.
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get some of your inside thoughts out. We would like to hear that because we're kind of battling too. There might be people trying to wrap up their workday right now. Why don't you go ahead and give them a little bit of thought there, Jage, for
My
yourself?
problem is food. My problem is food. Some people's is sleep. Some people's is whatever. Mine is food. If I do not eat for a certain number of hours, all hell breaks loose. And I am
hangry.
clearly understanding that I'm lucky to have food at my disposal at all times. Let's not go down that road.
Well,
I'm just a
you
large
did
man.
kind of sound like a little spoiled brat right there.
Absolutely. Little JJ wine. But I'm hungry. I did not plan my day food wise to be on this show for 6 hours straight. So
remember the Watt diet.
Yeah. Oh,
I'm starting to think about what's in the fridge, what's possible to eat, and my stomach is currently going catabolic and eating itself.
Oh, I like that. You're going to be ripped up. Maybe get yourself a little 6, 8, 10 pack before we head into the divisional round. Maybe you're shirtless for the next motivational speech for the Houston Texans. Funny you mentioned another thing we have to kind of dive in on a little bit. Did you know J.J. Watt was coming, or was that out of nowhere when we all saw it?
Some of it was scripted, some of it was improvised. So it was great. That was a fun day, man. That was a fun day. I flew in, literally was there for like 2 hours, and we had the script. We started going, and then it just snowballed into something different, and it was a blast. Those guys are great.
His brother TJ, he's cool. Shane's a
He's
weapon.
the man.
Shane is a weapon. Absolutely.
Dude, we did the Masters together. It was, we just literally bumped into each other walking along the path at the Masters, and then spent fucking 4 hours just drinking beer on the 16th green. It was a blast, dude.
Oh,
so much fun.
That'd be a good. That'd be a good person just to happen into.
Mhm. Yeah.
Hey, don't have a phone, can't really reach out to anybody, have no contact to the outside world. Who would you like to run into at this moment to maybe make it better? Shane Gillis, because I assume the president showed up there a couple different times during the conversation. I mean, it is.
It was crazy, dude. It was awesome.
A never-ending supply.
The whole crew. It was all of them. It was insane. I had my high school buddies. He had his buddies, and we just sat down. Ryan Fitzpatrick had reserved like 15 chairs for us at the 16th green. We all just sat down, and somebody would run and grab beers every 10 minutes, and we just had beers, and we're watching the greatest finale of a Masters in a long time.
Fitzmagic, that sounds awesome. Fitzmagic has enough pool to be able to pull 16 chairs at the
Dude.
Masters at Augusta?
Harvard.
Fitzmagic runs Augusta. But it's because of hard work. He wakes up at 5 a.m., grabs all the chairs and everything, because you're only allowed to you have to buy the chairs from there. You can't bring in any other chairs. So they go in the first day, they get there super early, buy all these chairs, set them up at the different greens, and then every morning you have to do it again. So it's like his son, it's his buddies and everybody. At 5 a.m., they wake up, they go stand at the gates, and as soon as they open the gates, you're not allowed to run, you speed walk. He speed walks his way to all the different areas and puts chairs down for everybody. So every day I had a chair thanks to Fitz.
Thank you, Fitz.
What a weapon.
Hero.
Good man.
That's awesome. And he's got all those kids.
Yeah.
So he's got like 6 different holes covered just with the Fitzes.
Exactly.
Yes.
I didn't know that was how that worked. Like a pool at a resort?
Yeah.
Like beach space at
get
a
your
resort?
fucking pal down.
I didn't know that's how it works. You got to be a good speed walker.
And know where to go. You can't, especially on a golf course. You're fucking around, you're not sure where you're supposed to go. All of a sudden, you're just in the fucking bushes. Like he knows exactly where to put them.
Golf, they don't hit the 16th hole. The first golfers don't even hit the 16th hole until like fucking noon or 1 o'clock. So you're there from 6 a.m. all the way through the day. He just goes and sits and has some breakfast, talks to people. He's the mayor of that place. It's awesome.
That's amazing to hear. Fitz, keep doing it, brother. That waxing he got after the last Thursday night, or second to last Thursday night football, that was tough. That looked like real pain.
Yeah.
Because he's got a grizzly bear like that.
He does. He's got taco meat.
And he did go to Harvard, so he kind of got the Augusta connection, I assume, all over the place. Are you a member there? You got a green jacket?
No. I played it, but no, I'm not a member.
You would not be allowed to tell us if you were, anyways. I feel like that's one of the things.
You're a member? You can't say you're a member?
I think like some people we find out are members, but I think it is a pretty big, like, hey, don't talk about Augusta ever.
Fight Club.
Wow.
Don't you think, Jage? Or is that not what you're saying?
I feel like we know who a lot of the members are. I feel like they're almost like announced. Like we know Peyton's a member.
Condoleezza.
You know, Condoleezza Rice is a member.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely knew that.
You definitely knew that?
No.
Dude, the no phones, it's such a cool experience. It's such a throwback to like the old days where everybody's just locked in together. Nobody's distracted. It's so cool.
Yeah, it's a cool human moment. Speaking of cool human moments, there's who are some known members? Well, the list is private. Okay, so it's just not.
So, okay, yeah no one fucking knows.
Okay, you don't. That's what somebody who's in it would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we all know who's all in it. Okay. Then they got those underground tunnels that they go ahead and build the trees in and they can put it up there.
Ass tats.
What's that?
Like ass tats. Like everyone's got a cool Masters ass tat, and it's like, you remember?
Oh, maybe they get branded.
Branded. There
Ty,
you go.
you've done that before?
I have.
How was that?
Not great. I wouldn't recommend anyone do that. At least in the way we did it.
which was kind of just ragtag, throw it together. We're going to fucking heat this thing up really hot and just kind of hold it on your leg, and then hopefully it doesn't get infected,
Bandit?
It did. It certainly
It did? I thought it didn't. I thought we had a pretty good little run.
No. It got infected real good.
It was a random draw. You know how that thing goes. He ended up getting branded, and it was
No way.
What? Is it still there? I would assume you got a
No,
scar
because
there?
we didn't do a great job with it, so it didn't.
Just a vicious burn.
It was just a super hot thing poking.
Yeah, just a super hot piece of metal, just kind of right there on the
thigh.
Yep.
Yeah, content. It's kind of out.
Hold on, go back in.
Yeah, that was it. And then that moment led to, we're never doing that again.
Yeah.
What? It was a random draw. It
was a long time ago.
It was a random draw. That was real nervous. There was real anxiety in there on who was going to get it. And then Ty.
Not from me.
Yeah, Ty knew he was going to get it.
Yeah.
It was very.
Had the feeling.
Oh yeah, knew from the time we kind of mentioned that this was going to happen. I was like, "Yep, that's going to be me, 1,000%." It was. I knew.
It was like credit card roulette. I forget how we exactly did. Did we do it with the numbers?
Yeah, I don't remember. Because I just knew, like, this doesn't matter. It's going to be me. So
there was other things, too, that you could have potentially won or lost. It was a bevy of events, that you could potentially randomly be selected for. Speaking of, how'd the ticket thing go? Do we assume that a lot of people got that right? We assume that a lot of people got
it right.
Do you know why they got it right?
Because everyone just kept fucking yelling it.
Bingo. That's part of the problem. That's why these shows go 3 hours, 18 minutes, maybe 4 hours in total. Because we got to figure things out live on air. Because off air, didn't we all decide we weren't going to do it?
Yes. Multiple times.
AJ, as soon as he gets out,
No.
AQ Shipley points at it. Well, it's right below me right here. It's another word live. It's another one. Tomorrow, we got to be better with that.
Okay.
Yeah, we will.
Tomorrow, we're going to have a good contest, Jage.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies and gentlemen.
What's it going to be? Go ahead.
I was going to send you out of here.
I know. I just fucked it up. I can't. I'm angry at myself.
Well, you're just
My
angry.
wife just walked past with food.
Oh, I bet it smells good.
So good. Was the sandwich or like chips or something?
I don't know. It was a bag. It was a bag from DoorDash. I don't even
know.
Oh,
could be anything.
I don't even care what it is.
Probably gone.
All right, good luck out there. Ladies and gentlemen, it's future first ballot Hall of Famer, JJ Watt.
Yeah, JJ.
That was pretty good stamina out of JJ. And you guys.
When he came in here, it was a 4-hour show. He's been to the deep waters.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why he's crying like that.
Let's get back to some good D, shall we?
It's too bad. He's going to miss his team. He's going to be bummed out.
Call him back. Don't call him back. Don't call him back. Don't call him back.
Fourth
He's not
quarter,
picking up.
Finishing strong. You look at this squad. This is the reason why on a lot of our lists, this is the best coverage unit. Talk about finishing games. This passer rating allowed in coverage in the fourth quarter this season, including last week in the playoffs. You see the list here. And Kalen Bullock, or Bullock, as they called him on the program during the game. I'm not sure how you pronounce his last name. I'm going to call him Bullock. He finished the game here quarters. Their typical coverage that they like to sit in. Aaron Rodgers dropped back right to number 2 in his chest. A little pre-snap disguise, but he drops back to it, picks it off, and you heard D'Amico when he was mic'd up. Score, 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 score. This would have been his second pick 6 of the season. He had one against, forget the team, but it was a block in the back during the return on prime time, and this was another one for this Houston Texans defense. The game was obviously over, but this was another nail in the coffin from Kalen, who his second year, and I said it earlier in the program, this is the best free safety for my pick in the National Football League this season.
How come Dan Orlovsky said he got to attack the safeties of the Texans? And also, the effort from the Steelers, how do we feel about it?
Well, effort was tough. I mean, A-Rod is an old man, but he tried to get in there. He tried to save the touchdown, just got kind of thrown by. And, when you're playing these great defenses, just like playing great quarterbacks, some of them will give you 2, maybe 3 opportunities to intercept them, and you better take advantage of it. Same thing with a defense, especially a defense when you know what they're going to be lined up in, like the old Seattle Legion of Boom. You know what type of defense they're going to be lined up in. You know how you could attack it. They know as well, but you better hit it. We all have seen quarters be beat different times throughout the year, so you got to pick your spots, and you better hit them. They did not, and when they hit their spots, they're definitely going to hit them.
God, the Texans.
Yeah, they're a tough squad. They're a tough squad.
Hey, so are the Patriots, though, huh?
I don't know. Not like Houston, man.
This is the divisional round. Everybody's good, man. Everybody
is good.
I feel very good.
I'm happy to hear that. Good for you guys up there at the Patriots. All right, we got more good D.
We're down to the bad D now. So
Oh,
this bad
no.
D. Yeah,
What do you say? What
This
do you know?
this game started off, and this is how a lot of these Bears games, especially Bears-Packers games, they always come down to the end this year. And to start off this game, they ran a screen, I believe, to Luther Burton to this same side of the field. He picked up maybe 11, 12 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the clip that's
Third
kind of been
10.
going around with Trevon Diggs of his lone snap that he took in the game, picked up some, and they came back to the same look later in the game. Tight ends out here probably going to be a wide receiver screen. Nope, they go wide receiver screen and go. So those eyes, he got caught up with DJ Moore thinking he was coming out to block you. He just went right down the field. DJ Moore has kind of been their closer for the Bears down the stretch, and it's another great play design. You talk about being in play design and creating some defined throws for quarterbacks. This was one of those that Ben Johnson created for Caleb, and he made the throw. And we talked about this DJ Moore catch kind of right there on his face mask, wide open. I feel like those are the toughest catches to make, and obviously he made it in a big-time situation.
Caleb's good. Is he great yet, AQ?
He's getting there. I think he's gaining the trust more and more and more from not only all of us analysts, but I think also Ben Johnson. I think you're starting to see them do more. You're starting to see all the checks. I think he's getting there. He's starting to look pretty
Because you were kind of a hater there.
I was a hater for the first 5 weeks, just like everybody else. And then, like, even there was moments through the final, 7-8 weeks of the season where it's like, okay, there's some good, there's some bad. Now all of a sudden, it's becoming pretty consistent.
The first 3 quarters, they didn't do really much. Fourth quarter, he just goes crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, he goes crazy in the fourth.
Yeah.
Imagine if he hits a second, third, fourth quarter run at some point in a game.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little different story, I think. Don't you? What you were shaking your head about, Ty?
Well, no, I mean, it's just like he played well when it mattered, but he had a pick in the red zone. He threw another bad pick earlier on fourth down. They had a bunch of fourth downs where they went for it and didn't get it. And unfortunately, the Packers' offense shit the bed so much they went 3 and out on their first 4 possessions. So the defense was out there pretty much the entire second half. So you could when you were watching it, you're like, oh, okay, like the defense is exhausted. Caleb's going to start kind of, and then on top of it, obviously Ben Johnson in certain situations seems like he always has the perfect play dialed up. So, yeah, I mean, there's really not much you can argue because he might not play great the whole game, but when it fucking matters, he does play great.
Yeah, and you guys just leave everybody wide ass open.
That's kind of been Caleb's things. And even coming into his NFL career, most people would say, I think Bill said it, I know I said it on the Draft Spectacular, like the thing about him is going to be hitting those singles and doubles. Can he hit the open guy in the middle? Can he hit the open guy in the flat? I think he was in the bottom of the league with starting quarterbacks with completion percentage. But late in games, all season long, he has played his best football, to your point. And that fourth down throw that he made in this game going to his left, probably the best throw in Bears history with the situation involved in the throw that he made, I believe it's Tyrone Adunze going to his left. 1 foot on the ground, it was unbelievable. But it's going to come down to him hitting the simple throws, and then that's when we'll see him in like a top 5 type conversation.
This probably could have been on bad too.
What about if Micah's on the field, though?
Yeah.
Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is an outrageous play.
4th and 8.
Was it 4th and 3 and they got a penalty? I forget.
I believe they did.
Yeah, right? 5-yard penalty after getting a 4th and 3. So they just literally shoot themselves in the foot right before this.
Because the ball went over his head. Yes.
And then Caleb does Caleb shit.
Stay outside.
Stay outside. I think he would have put that ball wherever.
No, I mean Rashawn Gary down here gets chipped by the back, and then when it peek inside, Caleb has a little area to escape.
You can't, coming in, that's the game plan. You're talking about that. When you play 18, this is a guy that's going to escape. You have to be disciplined in your pass rush lanes because as soon as he sees, and this is one of the things that everybody had a question about, would it translate to this level? Could he do the same shit that you did at USC and Oklahoma on this level? And when you kind of lose discipline like that on your head, you can still see how close the guy got to him at his legs. And he made, this is an unbelievable individual effort by him and a great job by Rome catching it.
And he's only getting better.
Only getting better.
All right, let's go to the next bad D, shall we?
Only getting better. We've kind of made mention of reverse passes and all this shit. This is a reverse pass, and we talk about it sometimes in the show, not just a scout report on the quarterbacks, but the other skill positions. Hey, has this guy played quarterback before? Is he left-handed? Is he right-handed? I believe this is his Juwan Jennings' second touchdown pass in the postseason. We all saw the thing that was on the telecast. He was like a top 5, I think, dual-threat quarterback above like Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson in his class coming out of high school. This is a great play design. Looks like man-to-man coverage. You see Coop following his guy. And I believe Zach Bond, if you go back to the beginning, Zach Bond is responsible. Did you pause it here? Zach Bond is responsible for Christian McCaffrey. See the corner out here on Kendrick Bourne, so you got him on one. You got Reed Blankenship on the tight end, and then kind of once all this eye candy gets thrown off, everybody kind of gets confused. You lose your man. You throw the ball to Juwan Jennings. He takes a hell of a hit from Carter, and it makes a great throw down the field to Christian McCaffrey to score a big-time touchdown and take the lead.
I really like Juwan Jennings kind of just becoming his own guy here. You know, I can't wait.
They're going to need him.
He's what? Fingernails, the whole
Grows
him long.
Yeah.
Physical.
Yes.
Talk shit.
Mm-hmm.
I understand why he got punched. Somebody said right.
Shelby Harris said he's a dirtbag. Yep.
Yeah, right. Isn't that like what this season has been for him? Now he's throwing touchdowns. What a year for Juwan Jennings.
Yeah.
What a year.
And they're going to need him to continue. You know, losing Kittle. Obviously, Ricky's out. Their offense has been basically C-Mac, and it's going to come down to Juice, the tight end, and then Juwan Jennings been a great receiver on the outside. So we'll see if he steps up. He had a great game this game receiving the ball, and he'll be – they always say third in Juwan or third in Jennings, whatever they say to San Fran fans. He's been stepping up. We'll see if he continues to do so.
Third in Juwan sounds sweet.
I believe that's what it is.
Third in Juwan or yeah, I'm going to go with third in Juwan. That sounds better.
It's like long.
Yeah. Last name, though, pretty cool.
Third in Jennings?
Yeah, because it's a little –
I like that.
Third and Jennings is quicker. Third and Jawan, though, does sound like long. We'll get to the bottom of it. That's journalism. Great stuff, D-Butt.
Oh, yeah, bud.
Great work, AQ.
Thank you, boys. You guys, too.
Hey, Tone, why don't you head out a hammer Dahn through his ears. He's got a great Hammered Dahn show coming.
Oh, packed. Chocked full.
Especially with Gumpy. We had soccer on the show today. He's going to be all jacked.
Might have odds on the next Steelers head coach, you know.
Ooh. He already knows.
Yeah.
Steelhouse.
What's up?
Shula and Shielhaus.
That's the dream team.
Are you going to call him Stula and Steelhouse, or is it Shula and Steelhouse?
No respect to Shula and his Steelhouse.
He ain't going there. He's going to go finish his story.
He's the chosen one, brother.
He is the chosen one. And bringing Shieldhouse with us.
They're also interviewing Minter and Flores, too. So.
Flores back?
Flores been in the building. Be your friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We're in this thing together. Team on me. Team on three. Anything to say, AQ?
Divisional round. Con Man's fired up. It's going to be one heck of a game. The games have not let us down yet. They won't this weekend either.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
We love you all. Team on three. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye.